Oh my god, did I make a lot of mistakes in the last session? I know I can be a bit of a scatterbrain, but that shit was kind of a bit cringy to rewatch. One of the main things that I've got to correct is the way that we were doing the, like, walking through these passages with the drainage. I should definitely been asking for an acrobatics check for jumping over the drain there. I don't know why I was stuck on a dex check. I actually came up with those sewer rules myself, so I don't know why I was fucking them up. There was a bunch of other shit, typical forgetting of conditions and monster features and all that. But there were also a couple of questions in the last couple of sessions that I wanted to go over just before we get back into it. One of them was whether or not you can put someone in a bag of holding and just have their head sticking out. I had a bit of a look into this. As far as I can tell, there's nothing that says that you can't do that. But there are some considerations. Firstly, the bag of holding is only 2 feet in diameter at the mouth and only 4 feet deep. So I saw a post online where someone was comparing this to like a standard coffin size, which is like 7 feet deep. So either it would have to be you're putting someone in there who's like quite a small person, or maybe if they're in the fetal position or something like that. The volume's also limited. So if you have like a bunch of shit in there, like you might have some difficulty, but otherwise, like, unless it's very full, you should be able to do that if you just put them in a fetal position. Another thing was this issue of moving into areas that you can't see. On further consideration with this one, I'm thinking just scratch what I was saying about like kind of moving into the position and then finding yourself in the squeezing condition. I think probably just a better way of doing that is just to just sort of give you feedback as you're moving, like square to square. So I'll probably just do it that way the next time. The other thing that I looked at was the message spell. So this thing, it looks like the thing about this is that the verbal component is actually separate from the whisper. So you have to like first do this kind of like whoa chanting, and then you can do the whisper message itself. But with the whisper itself, I'm thinking that from what I've read, it is actually probably like what you were saying, Cap, where like due to magic, only the target can hear the actual whisper, although people can probably see your lips moving. So it's just like, it's not that powerful. It's not like, you know, like full telepathy sort of thing, but there's like a few benefits to it. Like you don't have to see your target, you just have to like know where they are so you can point at them. So you can do it like through walls or like areas where like someone's cast like silence, for example, and you can also like use it to convey private information. But yeah, like where you guys were like talking in that passageway there was like running water and everything, so I don't know why I was making you do like stealth checks and shit. You could probably whisper to each other pretty easily. Actually, I think casting message would probably actually be louder than just whispering. But anyway, I did also want to offer just a bit of feedback on combat and roleplay as well. I've already chatted with a couple of you about this, but just because someone had to tell me this when I first got started, so it might not be immediately obvious. Just keep in mind that if we're in combat and you sort of spend your turn doing non-combat type things, it can actually put pressure on the other players to spend more of their resources trying to keep the party alive. And it can actually make things a bit more dangerous, especially in like a dungeon crawl where the party is like gradually being worn down and drained of resources. I know in the last one I said I should probably give Alina inspiration for using an action to like prestidigitate the sewerage off, but in retrospect, not to single you out or anything, but I probably even though it was funny and suits the character, I probably shouldn't encourage that, because yeah, it can have the effect of putting pressure on the other players. I'm also trying to get better at giving inspiration and everything, because I kind of struggle with that a bit. But yeah, another example is like using familiars. Like familiars are a really powerful thing that you can have. You know, you can give like advantage to like to one attack every round. So if you're kind of sending your familiar outside of combat, like during the combat, that can sort of have the same effect. I know it feels like risky to like that they're gonna like die and shit, but I don't actually go out of my way to kill familiars unless it's like the only logical target. So
likely story. Not a lot of times, because I keep sending them directly into combat.
I mean, in some ways, I think like familiars may be more at risk if they stray too far from the group, because then if they encounter like a monster, it has like no other targets. I don't know. Maybe maybe I'm more evil than I admit, but but yeah, just something to think about. And yes, otherwise, under the Van Thampa Villa. So you're in, you're in what looks like a prison. You've just slain this eggplant-colored devil with a beard of snakes. Alina held up his head by the snakes and chopped his head off. And you can hear these two voices calling out from the cells. Oh, there was one thing I forgot. Jean Lemore, you asked about the winged sword tattooed on the cultists in the passage, and I did have a look back for you. And it was definitely the cultists in Elturel. They had pendants and like tattoos with the same like winged sword tattoo. But yeah, you can hear these people calling out from these cells. What do you do?
Whoa.
Your voice is dropping out quite a bit, Rain. I can't actually.
Oh, because I'm just trying to whisper into a pained expression because I'm at, like 6 health?
Oh, right. Like, I walk over to the door. Yeah, you can see in through these like bars. There's like a barred window in this door. And there's a man in there, looks like a fairly short, lean-looking man in his 50s. He's wearing an ankle-length kaftan. He's got dark hair and a neatly trimmed goatee beard, which is probably, well, not so neatly trimmed at this point. It looks like maybe it's growing out a little bit. And it's been dyed crimson. And yeah, through there. He, actually, I've got a handout. I'll show you what he looks like. Looks like this. And he kind of sees you like putting your face through the bars and says, "Hello, please, you must help me. I have been kept against my will in this prison cell."
Okay, hold on. I'm just gonna go over here. Away from people, just in case.
What is what? What is your name?
My name is Fallister Fisk. What is yours?
My name is Jean Lemore, and I am here with my friends to discover what is going on in the Van Thampa Villa. How did you get here?
Ah, very excellent. Yes, I witnessed the slaying of that evil creature that was there before. Terrible creature. I cannot thank you enough. How did I get here? I work for somebody who asked me to come and check out the Van Thampa Villa, in fact. But I was captured when I came here, and I've been in this cell for several days now. Please let me out, and I will tell you all about it.
Who do you work for?
I work for a woman named Silvira Savikas, a tiefling expert on the Nine Hells, currently based in Candlekeep. She is a good friend of mine. Actually, she has been monitoring devil activity in cities along the Sword Coast for months. She believes Elturel, if you know of it, it was literally sent into the Nine Hells, and that there may be many cities in danger of suffering such a fate, perhaps all across Faerun, if you can believe me. She asked me to look into a situation here with Thavius Kreeg, the High Overseer of this city I mentioned, Elturel.
Oh, it seems like a tall tale to swallow. I mean, with everything going on, we just killed Devil right here. It's starting to hard time believing any. Yeah, I think we got the point. We got you. You're good.
My friend, you look unwell. He's like kind of like peering out through these bars and like looking at you past like Gennaro and Jean Lemore.
Oh, believe me, this has just been the highlight of my career.
I'm gonna whisper to Ethel. Have you heard of this Silvera lady in your studies?
I don't think so. I don't know anything. I start like frantically flipping through my book in case I ever wrote it down anywhere.
Where have you been on your travels? Would you say that you would have, I imagine, heard of the great library fortress city of Candlekeep, I'm sure. But I don't know if you've actually
Probably.
had a chance to visit.
I strongly believe Ethel has spent the past 60 years in the exact same library and never left.
Thoroughly satisfied with like a local
library fortress. I feel like is like Ethel's like vacation hotspot that she wanted to go but never got the time to do so.
She just gets like really excited, like, "Oh my goodness, do you think we can visit?"
Of course, but perhaps I could take you there sometime. It is a very famous city in the south. It contains the finest library in all of Faerun. They say that if there's a secret to be learned, the clues to finding it are in Candlekeep.
I think Ethel's like shaking. She's like, "Oh my goodness, a chance to go."
Rhea says, what is it that you were looking into with regards to Thavius Kreeg? And he says, when Thavius Kreeg, the High Overseer of Elturel, arrived in Baldur's Gate a few days ago, I contacted Silvera to let her know, and she asked me to look into the matter. It didn't take me long to hear rumors that the Van Tampers were sheltering him in their villa, so I came here in an effort to find out, and that was when I was caught. Silvera, you see, is convinced that Thavius Kreeg struck a bargain with an archdevil, if you can believe it, and that perhaps a copy of the contract he signed will be hidden within some kind of magic container, like a magic box or something similar, as this is apparently the preferred way with some of the more significant contracts, like contracts made with archdevils that have drastic consequences, for example. But she asked me to see if I can bring this container to her so that she might try to open it. If she is able to study the contract, you see, perhaps she can find a way to reverse it, or at least prevent the same fate from befalling other cities. And Rhea, like, lets out this frustrated groan. She's like, oh, more of this nonsense. Is this whole place filled with liars? My lord would never bargain with devils. He was a priest of Torm. He must have been framed, or he must be imprisoned as a scapegoat. I am telling you, I would trust Silvera with my life.
Does it look like he's telling the truth?
You can't see him from where you're standing. Give me an insight check.
Can I do something while she's about to do this?
Yep.
Oh.
I'm just going to walk by the bars real quick, hold my daggers up in a cross, and just flash it in front of his face. See if he reacts.
Okay, give me an intimidation check.
Oh, I'm holding them up as a cross. I'm not putting them in any sort of lethal way.
Oh,
basically,
to
I'm
like.
trying to check if he's the vampire.
Oh, okay. So Jean Lemore, you don't get the impression that he's hiding anything. He seems disheveled and desperate to get out of this cell. So it's hard to know if he's trustworthy because of that, but otherwise nothing strikes you. And then Gennaro, when you show him this cross, he doesn't respond. I don't know if a cross would be an issue for vampires in the Forgotten Realms.
I don't know. They're just like, sorry, it's been a weird day. I think the vampire check, he checks out, and I just walk away. I don't explain it or anything, just walk away casually.
Very strange.
It's been a long day.
How long has this day actually been? What were we doing when the day began? Were you just back in the hotel? I don't remember.
So it's 2 p.m. and you came to the house like fairly early in the morning, but then you tried to take a nap in there, which took like 4 hours. It took a while to get to this point.
I guess Alina, do you want to let this guy out? I don't know how to pick locks.
I think you did actually find keys on the...
Oh, okay.
Well, if you didn't, then you would easily find like a key ring like on the belt of this devil.
I'm just gonna hand Kenzie a healing potion.
Your contribution to the Frontline Fighters Unanimous group is very much appreciated.
Frontline Fighters Anonymous?
I don't know if you're very anonymous. But I guess I'll look around at everyone and just kind of shrug and open this door with the key. But like,
Okay.
I don't know. Seems fine.
That seems good. He seems very trustworthy.
So you unlock this door, and suddenly fangs grow in this man's mouth. No.
No!
No. He takes a step forward, says, please, does anybody have any food or any water? It has been some time since I have eaten or had drink.
I pull out some food that I shoved in my bag when we were running after those cultists like days ago. It's just like eggs that have been loose in my bag for a few days.
Actually, I put something in there.
Just to be safe.
I actually put something in there for you, Ethel, because you didn't specify what it was, so I said you grabbed... Where was it?
Cabbage pie.
Marcus got
cabbage pie.
prosciutto and crackers, as you said, yeah.
We could say cabbage pie and a couple of eggs.
It's some like loose scrambled eggs.
It was only like 2 hours ago, really. Not even. It wasn't days
No,
ago.
this was a few days ago. I think this is before we went to the bathhouse. This is when we were running away and shoving traps into our bag.
Oh,
That's what I'm
okay.
talking about. I'm talking about some gross old eggs.
Yeah, I don't know if that's in there.
Sorry, is cabbage pie an actual thing?
Sure.
I just didn't know if it's some weird like thing from across the pond.
Not this end.
Anyway, just kind of like brings out the bag of holding. I got rations. I got wine. I got a skull. No, wait, that's not what you want. Probably want.
Fellas of Fisk is eating this cabbage pie. Excellent cabbage pie. I have not had cabbage pie this good for such a long time. Oh, it is a real thing. I just made it up because it sounded sort of funny, like hobbity.
Looks quite good.
Just make sure you use up the cabbage pie in your inventory. I
This
think.
does look tasty. I just googled cabbage pie. Why do I want to make a cabbage
Yeah,
pie?
I can see it in the chat. Delicious cabbage pie. Most delicious. You also hear this other voice. Help me! Help!
Guys, I only have one cabbage pie. I'll have to share.
Who knew that would be our limiting factor down here?
Cabbage pies.
Where's that voice coming from?
It sounds like in this direction.
How about out of the way?
So Kenzie, you should have gotten a health potion, but you didn't use it, I think. Or you?
Not yet, because it hasn't been in my inventory yet.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because we can't send them over. I'll just chuck it in there. Potion of healing. Oop.
Oh, I got 2. Yay! Oh, no. Oh. Got use.
So you come down here, Ethel, and I assume you look through these bars in this window.
Yeah.
You see...
No, I'm just looking at the wall. I'm like, ooh, nice stonework in here.
As you're looking at this wall, this like hand kind of reaches out, like, help, help!
I turn around. I'm like, oh, hello. Who are you?
So you see through these bars a woman who looks to be probably in her 70s, and she's dressed in like expensive clothes, but it looks like she's also been here for some time. She says, "Please let me out."
Who are you?
My name is Lady Satir Theon Hune. I'm
I like
from the
look around.
Hune.
I'm like, has anyone heard of this lady?
I'm from the Hune patriarch family.
How long have you been in here? And I'll just go unlock the door. We can talk to this lady outside of her cell, unless she murders us all very quickly.
All right,
Listen, she's another old lady. I have to be nice to her.
you unlock the door. She kind of falls in your arms.
Thank you. I've been in here for so long. I don't know how long. I was kidnapped, you see, by these Van Thampers.
Do you know why?
I have my suspicions. The Thione Hune family, and the Hune family, a patriarch family that, we weren't interested in supporting the Duke Thalamra's bid to become the new Grand Duke, you see. I think maybe I was taken prisoner as some kind of leverage for that.
Does she look like she's lying? I have to remember to ask this question and not implicitly trust everyone we meet.
Give me an insight check.
Oh, okie dokie.
She doesn't seem like she's hiding anything from what you can tell.
Cool. I'll bring her over to this other guy so they can share some cabbage pie.
As you do that, you notice that he's already like, just the last bite of it, just swallows it. He's like, "Whoop! Well, I am very sorry. I did not realize that was your intention."
Oh, you greedy man.
I got rations. I got wine. I got. Hold on. What do we got here? What do we got in the bag? Hold on. We got more wine. We got.
I would love both some food and wine. I'm rather accustomed to wine, you see.
I'm going to start. I give her something. Some of the bottles of wine, not the bottle of fine wine, but the bottle of wine stuff, and a thing of ration.
Okay, make sure you use up a ration and a wine. She like grabs this bottle of wine, and even though she sort of looks like this very proper, kind of prim and proper lady of the court, so to speak, she kind of grabs this bottle of wine and just like puts it to her lips and begins guzzling it, and then eats some of these rations. Like,
oh, thank you so much.
I flash the dagger across at her just a lot less enthusiastically.
Oh,
Just in case. I figure I figure if I didn't check her, then I'm a little ageist and sexist and maybe a little racist to that country, that wherever he's from. Start
I
checking
am
everybody.
from the south, from Kalamshan originally. She says,
oh, what lovely sharp daggers you have.
I just nod and just kind of walk away, not explaining it again.
A very strange man.
Long day. Long day.
How do I get out of this place?
Good question.
Well, you don't want to go through the ways we can. There's currently guards that are trying to break down the main entrance door. We kind of blocked that all. So, yeah, good question.
I see.
perhaps I could be of some help in this matter.
Oh, please do. We need it.
Well, before I was caught, you see, I gathered some information from a servant working in the High Hall, who said that they had seen some documents detailing modifications that had been made to this area of the sewers, even though it hasn't been officially functional for decades. It was one of the reasons why I was convinced that there must be something down here. But I believe there are rooms to the north of here, where my source believed there may be some what appeared to be chimney stacks. If Thavius Kreeg perhaps is down here, he could be there as well. I bet he needs some light and warmth, so that that'd be where I would look. But unfortunately, I cannot say better than that, as I did not have time to have a proper look around.
Next question. Can either of you defend yourselves if you've been presented with some sort of...
I can use a number of different blades and crossbows and such. Rhea kind of rolls her eyes. She says, "Here, take my crossbow." And Lady Satia Fiona Hune says,
Oh, defend myself. Good gracious, no.
Well, you could do that, or you could die. You know, those are the two options I feel like you have.
Oh, I would simply die.
Ethel, not all older elderly people are like you.
I think everyone should be goading for the pinnacle is Ethel, if I be frankly fair here.
"Do you mind if I ask what it is that you yourselves are looking for down here in these dungeons? Are you simply a rescue mission?" Party.
We are looking for
It's a little bit more complicated.
You too are looking for Thavius Kreeg, you say? Looks at Ethel.
Yeah.
What
So, I
is-
mean, I guess you could stick with us if you want to search for him, or if you just want to get out of here, you'll have to figure it out.
I have not been locked up too long, and now that I have had this cabbage pie, I feel somewhat reinvigorated. Perhaps we may travel together. Why is it, in fact, that you are looking for Thavius Kreeg?
I point to Rhea.
To rescue him, of course. Ah. A noble motivation.
Also question him in case he sold the city to hell. You know, just in case.
Yes, that is also perhaps what I would like to do. But my main quest is to find this box and take it to Silvira.
I opens down on the mansion. Likelihood of going back there is very slim.
Yeah, we really need to prioritize some sort of nice sleeping venue.
I really don't think we're gonna get a nice casual sleep in a dungeon, you know? I feel like we
No, I
made
know.
a mistake by
not?
sleeping in a mansion that was not ours.
It was pretty comfortable in some of these cells.
Don't take that tone, DM.
You also hear this. And Alina, you can see that this winged cat is like sort of like walking slowly down this passageway towards you and sort of stops and like licks its hand.
Well, now he wants to be friends.
Oh look, emerged dinner.
Did you say dinner?
Yeah, that's what we named the cat.
Or that. The delicacy. When you're hungry enough, anything can be a delicacy.
You're not gonna eat the cat. Are you though?
Kind of.
Jean Lemore's gonna make a motion to sort of shoo away the cat. Scrum!
Kind of takes a step back, doesn't know what to do. Also sees Marker as it approaches these doors, like.
I'm gonna go pick up the cat. Guys, I miss my cat.
Ah,
I'm gonna squish through everyone.
I thought we were rid of cats.
So again, when you try to pick it up, it's kind of like sort of struggling against you a bit. Like it doesn't know you, but it's also a bit kind of lost and confused down here, and doesn't know where its master is. So, what do you do when you pick it up? It's just sort of squirming around, like.
I've never had a cat. I don't know how cats work. I've had the cats. I don't know
How cats work.
how cats work. I don't know what they like.
Did this cat come with instruction manuals? Hold on.
I looked for like a little instruction tag, like on clothes that's like, wash with cold water. I'm like, pet on the head.
It sort of like squirms and like jumps out of your hand, and it flies over to here and lands on the ground again, and then sort of like starts sniffing around, like sniffs at the at the sewage in here.
I guess I look to Alina and I'm like, isn't this normal cat behavior? My cat is magical and does not sniff sewage.
I mean,
My cat came pre-trained. I don't know how to deal with this.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know.
usually
over
just
here.
make like cute noises at it and then let it come to you, basically. And if you get the headbutt, you're in.
Are you done with this cat? Or are you just not interested anymore?
I don't know, he's mad at me. I'm not getting clawed again.
I guess
the
I just
easiest
talk
thing
to the
to
cat
roleplay.
like it's a person, and I'm like, come on, you don't have that many options. You can hang out here, you can come with us. This is
Does
what I do
anyone
to my
have
dog.
speak with animals? Like,
I'll just lean down, put my hand out, and see what happens.
It just like stares at your hand, and then does that thing again where after a little while of staring at you and then kind of looking back between you and Ethel, then it just sits down and starts like and lifts its back leg and starts licking itself again.
If he follows, he follows. It's his choice. Can't force a cat to do anything. That's just bad plans.
yeah, they basically, you
They
live in
determine
their
what ground.
space.
Yeah.
It kind of gets
The
up
cat
and starts like
comes to
sniffing
you.
around again. Looks almost like it's looking for something. Like there's kind of like
I'm just gonna
It's getting a
minor illusion. Sorry, go ahead.
no, you go.
I'm gonna minor illusion like a small light on the ground, and then I'm gonna uncast it and then cast it in another spot.
Yeah, it immediately like pounces on it, and then kind of looks around, gets confused, like, and then sees it again,
With
pounces
that,
on it.
yeah, I just keep screwing with it like that.
Would Jean Lemore have any idea what this cat is saying? You may be more attuned to cat noises.
I don't know if you'd know what it's saying, but you can give me an insight check if you want. You don't know what it's saying, but it seems to be kind of looking for something, and it seems like a bit like stressed out.
Oh no!
There's some pretty iconic cat noises.
Maybe it'll have some other cats, and we'll have 6 flying cats, one for each of us.
This would be perfect, and I want this to happen.
Maybe yes, it would lead us to something.
It kind of loses interest and starts going off in this direction.
Maybe we should follow this cat.
I mean, I don't know if we have a better plan.
We have so many serious characters being like, we need to do this, and they're like, let's follow the cat. It knows what it's doing.
I was just gonna say, like, we know north. So, I think that's north. Or maybe, I don't know. That way, roughly, maybe, or maybe that way. March forward. I am very tired. I am not feeling so well.
When I say it north, I simply mean the upper direction of the map, of the battle map. Oh dear, I have stepped onto a bear. My apologies. Oh no. I'll say... Yeah. Yeah, no, that's okay. Never mind.
I was just gonna say, like, we haven't explored the upper portions of the, or at least the left side of the sewer system. We just kind of like went right and faced and everything. Let's see what the left has way up here and see what things try to kill us, if anything.
Are
You
you?
guys want to take like a little bit of a breather? We could try and like fortify this area and switch watches.
Actually, question to the people, to you, because since he's actually been like around the front, how many people do you have seen rotate to either relieve the devil thing or anyone trying to come and interrogate either of you?
Since I have been here, I have seen a couple of other robed figures come in. I have also seen a very large, powerfully built woman come in and interact with the devil, but that is all. I have not seen much.
So, we can try to take a short rest any longer, and I feel like we're just going to be interrupted once more with more robed people. Or we could try to push on with what we currently have and hope for the best.
I will say I don't think a short rest is gonna help me at all. So like, I'm happy to keep watch or something, but.
Oh yeah. A short. What the? A short rest won't help me, but I can sing a song of rest. That may help others. If anyone else needs recuperation of hit points.
Regression of hit points and a lot of my abilities. That would be helpful.
So short rest?
Yeah, might as well. Just like try and like get something so that we're not going to be perfect, but yeah.
Okie dokie.
Back into the Dungeon of Despair.
How long is a short rest? Is it 4 hours or is it less than that?
Just one.
Short rest
Just
is
1
an
hour.
hour.
Oh, okay. We can do that. Ah, that's a whole bear that just came out. That surprised me.
Have you already forgot about Maka?
I already forgot. I already was surprised.
Well, and like a short rest, you don't even have to sleep, so technically we can just like all kind of stand watch and be just like hanging out, right?
Yep. And you can also attune to your pearl if you haven't done that.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do.
Okay, la 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 la. I'm gonna sing a little song.
So you guys are you gonna just sort of chill out at the front, outside of this door, or?
Sorry, should probably go in.
Go in and close the door would be wise.
I'll offer the cat named Dinner some water from my endless water decanter. Also anyone else, but mostly the cat.
Oh, you had that.
Wait, what do you give to the
I also
cat?
forgot I had that. I really wanted it, so I'm surprised I forgot.
What do you give to the cat, sorry?
Some water from my endless water decanter. Also to the prisoners who, have been here for forever, but first priority is the cat.
The cat, like, immediately is like it seems like very thirsty. And then it kind of comes up to you and sort of gives you that thing where it sort of bumps your leg with its head. Runs past your leg and walks over to here.
And then I'll also give the prisoners some more.
And both of them do the same behavior.
I'm like, oh no, something is wrong with this water.
Water's cursed. Oh no.
Marker introduces himself to the two people there, saying, you might recall myself as the bear marker, because he left a bear, came back, a turtle walked in, and he would like to show Fisk the map of Alteral that he's been working on with Alteral, and mention that we've been looking into the disappearance as well. And sorry to hear about his recent time spent in the cell, but we're glad that you've joined us.
Thank you. You must be a shape changer, a druid of sorts. Is that correct?
Marker just winks.
It is wonderful to meet one of your kind, and also a turtle. I have never met a turtle before, but this is a wonderful map. It makes me sad though to look at it and imagine that this is an accurate depiction of Elturel now. Simply a black hole in the ground, if I am to interpret this map correctly.
So hopefully we don't have to add more black holes to this map.
Indeed, that is my master's purpose as well, Silvira. This cat comes over here and kind of sort of headbutts Gennaro as well. It seems like it wants something.
Okay, I'm just gonna hold up the pearl like it's a ball and just try and play around with it a bit.
It sort of swipes at it a couple of times, then sort of sniffs at it, then sort of loses interest. And go ahead and take a short rest.
So we get, was it D6 with the Song of Rest?
Yeah, so if you spend a hit die, you'll get an extra 4 hit points.
I think they... Oh, yeah, do you roll it or do they?
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I just assumed I rolled it, but...
Oh.
Which just regains an extra 1d6 hit points. It doesn't really specify.
That's okay, I'm at max health anyway.
I'll say that each of the individual characters can roll a d6.
Ooh.
For some reason, I always forget a d6 is the normal dice. I'm like, what?
Same, actually. Because it's just like a square. So I'm always like, nah, it's not that. It's not
that's
whatever
a
that
D4.
is. Yeah. This cat comes over here and bumps into Alina's leg as well a couple of times and looks up at you, licks its maw.
It's what?
Would you call it a maw? I don't know. It licks its mouth. Its upper fangy.
Yeah, mouth is yeah. Okay. Maw is a mouth. Yeah.
Is it hungry? You feed it some bread?
Do you have some bread?
I think I have rations or something I can break
you've
up,
got some.
probably, right?
Yeah, you can feed it some.
I don't think it's gonna eat an entire ration, but
So what do? You put what sort of food is your ration? It does look like a bread, doesn't it? I don't know if it has to be a bread.
I don't know.
Jerky, dried fruit.
Yeah, jerky or something, because cats are carnivores. That's
All right, give me an animal handling check.
Oh god, I'm not gonna try to feed it.
As it eats this jerky and it seems very hungry, it's and immediately eats it So with a 6, kind of eats this jerky, sort of looks back up at you still expecting.
The pig.
As Alina is feeding, Jean-Lemore can Jean-Lemore also try bring out some jerky?
Yeah, I'll say, I'll say that between you, it'll cost 1 ration to do this, and you can do an animal handling check as well if you want, but it'll be a higher DC.
Okay.
Marker do an Arcana check on the cat. Like, I don't think you've seen too many winged cats.
Yep. Give me an Arcana check.
Around.
I mean, you know that it's a tressum, I would say.
Okay.
I don't know if there would be much more that you could...
Much more, yeah.
Yeah. It's a flying cat.
Is there anything unusual about like its fur or its paws or like its wings, like any cuts or strange liquids, or I don't know?
Well, actually, when you get this 17 on animal handling, because it was a 15 and then it went up to a 17, it eats this ration and then it kind of like steps over towards you and it kind of like sits down on the ground like next to your foot, like kind of lying on your foot. It seems to like calm down a bit, like, and you can, I'll give you control of this thing now. It's going to follow you around and you can use it as a familiar.
What?
It is named dinner, though. You have to remember that.
I'm slightly disgusted by having a cat familiar.
Following you
Yeah.
around.
Yeah, maybe I should have pumped up the
Greatest
DC.
time of year.
It's like
where
the
the hell is
odd couple.
There it is.
Mark would like to ask his friends, how are we with health potions? Like, what numbers do we have
I only have
around? Like, how many?
I have one secreted away for an urgent moment.
Okay.
Did you say secreted away or secreted away?
Yeah, I also heard secreted, and I was like,
What is the difference? I secret. Oh,
Ugh.
You should be able to move Slobber Chops, aka dinner, around.
ooh. Sweet.
I'm gonna say calamity and routine a spell slot from the pearl.
I'm also gonna ritual cast Find Familiar. So I know we have 2 cats, and I tell my cat, which still doesn't have a name, to be nice to dinner.
Nice. All right.
Marker would like to ask Kensway how is he feeling, because it's been a very long day.
Rating of 1 to 40, I am 31 of 40.
Okay, so you're on her up. That's good.
Yeah. I'm gonna be sore in the morning, but I'll be alright.
Also, make sure you adjust your inventory, Ethel, for the Find Familiar.
Yeah.
And this cat is definitely going to come up to your cat and, like, kind of sniff at it.
Does my cat smell like nothing because it is made of some weird magic instead of actually being a cat?
Yeah, probably. Well,
I mean,
Was
I don't know.
incense
I mean, it's
a
a-
component.
say again.
Wasn't incense a component of Find Familiar?
So maybe it smells like incense.
Still an odd cat smell, but at least it smells like something.
I mean, usually the way I understand Find Familiar is that once you've summoned it, it kind of just is the beast until it dies. So, just in case something comes up later, perhaps I'll say that it does smell like a cat, and a cat with incense.
Interesting.
Slobber Chops kind of, or dinner kind of, licks the air and loses interest.
Time to do more exploring.
Let's see what other horrors await us and beyond this.
I thought you said what horrors await us, and I was like, oh,
It did sound like that.
It's exactly what I said.
Excuse
what
me.
horrors
Exactly what
lie
I said.
beyond these walls?
It tracks. Yeah. So our group is getting pretty damn big right now.
It is
You're
good, you
having
know.
the conga line.
Safety in numbers.
And cats apparently.
Oh yeah, Gennaro, you
At the end
you
of our adventure.
can have control over Raya for this one as well, and I will do my best to not to forget this time.
That's good. It was
But
more
I
funny
will
than anything.
control
I was gonna
myself.
just call you out on it because I thought it was funny.
I have a shitty memory. I did a lot of Sunshine in my earlier adulthood.
Guess I'll go to the end of the line, guys.
Da, 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 da.
All right, everybody
Stop
coming?
being so pushy.
Just kidding. I'm cutting into the middle of the line.
Isn't that going the wrong way? Didn't we come from that way?
We came from that way, but there's a tunnel that we didn't take the left way. And it seems to curve in, so if we're trying to go north, let's see what the top of this sewer, well, I say leftmost of the sewer goes, because technically north is the top way. Because, before we... That's great, let me zoom out from here.
Doesn't matter. We gotta go one way or the other. One way is as good as the other, so let's go that way. And if we check it off, we can go the other way.
I will do what I am good at and protect the rear.
Something just okay. I just lost Echo. 1 second. Okay,
Oh,
never mind. Things are
make
good.
sure everyone catches up. Because not only do we have to wait for our compatriots to catch up, but also the NPCs.
You can apparently move, like, so the cat is mounted on Ethel as like tokens, and you can move the cat within your own token. That's fun. But it also makes everything else disappear.
Oh, because you can kind of move it like in all four corners of the square. But it doesn't have dark vision.
Oh, dear.
This lady has to sort of like duck down and try to like climb onto this pipe that's just like pouring all of this sewage.
Oh, disgusting.
Come on now.
I like how she's like leading the party, the one that does all the fight.
Oh, I didn't realize. I thought I was at the back.
Ethel, I thought you were on similar age duty.
What? What is that? I'm not babysitting. Also, clearly Ethel is a spry 80 years old. This lady has nothing on her own.
So I guess when you come past here, you can see up to the north that this passage has kind of caved in.
We have to walk back.
Well, there's some doors.
Oh, okay.
All right, do we let Alina check the first door?
It's fine.
I don't think I heard that. If you said something, I think maybe rain.
Oh, My bad. I was just gonna say, yeah, but Lena has Mage Hand. If we want to check it out, we have to. It's north somewhere, so. Sorry, I was muting myself in and out because people are playing videos in another room that is just really loud for some reason. Even though it's already like town down to like 2 or some reason. It's just super loud. I don't understand why.
All good.
May I inspect around the door for any traps as Alina prepares her mage hand, if she wishes.
Yeah. Give me an investigation check. But maybe step up to the door if you're gonna do that. Just so that when the explosion goes off, you're well within the blast. You don't find anything about this door that looks like it would be trapped. It's just another one of these like big kind of circular doors that's like airtight with this big wheel in the middle of it. You have a good look at it. Nothing seems unusual.
Just mage hand and open the door.
Okay. Mage hand, open the door.
That's appetizing.
Oh my god. Oh my god. We should have took a longer rest. This is hard to take on this little sleep.
So in here there is pretty much what you see, except that there's 6 3-foot long chains, each ending in a big hook hanging from the ceiling. And there are some flayed boar carcasses hanging from 4 of the hooks, while the remaining 2 hooks are bare. And there's just like blood and entrails all over the floor as well.
Icky.
Are they boar entrails?
How do you? It would be maybe hard to tell, especially from out in the corridor. how do you?
I have a keen sense of smell.
Okay, you can give me a.
Sorry, you know the difference between the smell of boar and trails?
Yeah, I was just thinking as well. I don't know if you can smell without a perception check the smell of entrails.
I believe these are entrails, not the liver,
No.
not tongue, but entrails.
No, what?
I just low clap her.
The lady Satia Thione Hune is like, oh, nearly like faints, like puts her hand, palm up to her, not her palm, the back of her hand up to her forehead. Oh. Steps back.
Is there anything else in this room? Or is it just entrails?
You said there were boars as well?
Yeah, there's these chains hanging with flayed boar carcasses on them.
Any, usable meat, or would anyone know that?
It doesn't smell off, actually.
Well, I know it's a little shocking, but is anyone good with a knife? We could probably eat this later.
I wouldn't say no to some fine boar meat. It smells pretty fresh.
I wonder if it's still like an animal handling check. Work out the cuts of meat.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it
Marco
takes
does
some.
have prosciutto in his bag.
Marco knows his prosciutto.
Yeah.
I think it's one of your features,
cut.
actually.
Yeah.
Prosciutto knowledge. You can. I mean, yeah. I was gonna say, I guess, being a butcher is a pretty it would take a bit of skill to cut some, but you could just slice some flesh off and store it.
Yeah, prosciutto also takes a year to cure.
Wow.
We're planning on
Does
eating
it?
it in a year. Yeah, that's why it's so expensive.
Huh. That makes sense.
About
I'm
the
a
time
cut-
spent
Or it's
in
planning ahead. Way ahead, but
Did somebody else say something?
I'm gonna cut off some meat with my scimitar and just be like, in 1 year, this will make some great prosciutto.
I'll say that you can have an extra ration.
Ooh, uncooked meat right into my bag. To go with it.
May I do the same?
Yes. Yeah, anyone who wants to chop off a piece can have maximum 3 rations.
Okay. Can Marco also check to see if these balls were used possibly for a ritual? Or does it look like it was just purely just to slaughter and feed off?
Yeah, give me an Arcana check. So actually, let me think. With those rations, it's just like raw meat. So whether or not you're comfortable, maybe if you eat those particular rations, I'll give you a con save to see if you get like a stomach worm or something.
To be rations, first we either gotta cure it or we gotta cook it.
Yeah. But yeah, give me an Arcana check.
Who here has cooking utensil?
With pork as well, you could get like salmonella maybe. Yeah, you don't see anything about this that indicates that it's been used in a ritual. You think it's just some sort of cold storage, probably for the Van Thampers.
So weird to store raw meat in a sewer, you know? This is a weird habit.
I was just gonna say, like,
Or they're feeding something.
it's right in part of the Constitution if they don't care that they have meat right next to a sewer line.
Does anyone have a candle or something? It's difficult to see in here.
This is
I think Rhea has a lantern. Is that what that symbol means?
Yeah, Rhea's holding a lantern.
So I assume she walks over and tries to help her out.
Thank you. I'll stay close.
Is Dinner acting in any unusual way?
Yeah, I will say that Dinner. I was very confused for a moment. I was like, it's only 3 p.m.
It's like,
Dinner is
I thought
like.
you were talking like the insult of dinner, so it's like.
Same.
I was just gonna say,
Is
moving,
Lord
we are
meat
concerned.
Dinner is like it kind of actually does begin to like chew into some of these entrails.
Ugh. I see. Does anything happen to Dinner?
Dinner is a cat, so doesn't have to make a con save for salmonella or a tapeworm.
Okay.
Is Dinner gonna become like our poison tester? We just feed stuff to Dinner and we're like, how you doing?
I think that's a very good idea.
Oh no, this poor cat.
I'm gonna pick Dinner up and let's go.
Shall we get going, class?
Yeah.
Can we
Just
hook
going
ourselves
for-
together with a rope like they do in kindergarten classes on field trips?
Everyone hold hands. Okay. There's. There you go. There's my door. There's the classroom.
Is this lady gonna come?
Oh, don't leave me. I just realized that I'd been left behind.
Well,
Wait for me!
we left the wine room. We just found the meat room, so I'm gonna assume this is the cheese room.
Hell yeah.
Anyone want to bet anything against that?
A high five, a crisp high five.
That's the bet.
Say cheese.
Yeah, the bet is a crisp high five. That's all I can afford.
Come on, boss room.
Alina.
I'm just gonna open the door.
Okay, so you spin this circular handle and kind of push the door in. And you see in here what looks pretty obviously like some sort of large dining area. It's 2 wooden trestle tables with benches. And it's lit. There's 6 tall wrought iron candlesticks sticks spaced along the walls. And each of these stands 6 feet high and has 9 lit candles at the top of it. And it doesn't appear to be anything else in here at a glance.
Used recently?
Yeah, I'll say that it does look like it's been used recently. There's like evidence of cutlery and dirty plates and things sitting on some of the tables. Evidence of cutlery being just cutlery.
It must be where those spiny devils get their forks from. Maybe it's fork storage.
Someone said there was cheese.
Oh wait, there's a door. That must be where they have the cheese.
Oh, can I smell any cheese?
Give me a perception check.
Advantage?
Yes.
I feel like this should be double advantage for smell and cheese. Like,
It is pretty smelly. You can smell the faintest scent of cheese. And other
There is
things.
cheese. And some other things.
Like other kind of foodstuffs. Again,
Ooh.
like kind of maybe meats and maybe the smell of like bread. Actually, probably the smell of bread is quite strong as well. Maybe it's pizza.
Maybe it's Zerna. Maybe Bigley.
Before I open this door, I'd like to check it for any traps.
That's obviously an international ad. That. Yeah, give me an investigation check.
Yeah, they better not be pizza because we have a turtle in the sewers. It's a little on the nose.
Again, there's
We have a
nothing.
turtle and a
Nothing suspicious.
Oh, good point. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna try open the door.
What was the other thing? From that's Teenage
Splinter.
Mutant Ninja. Splinter. Oh yeah. All right. So you open this door. This door is not one of those big iron doors. It's just a regular door. I put it in like an iron door, but this is just a wooden door. And you turn the knob and just. And in here you see, obviously a kitchen, and it's actually very warm in here. It's like uncomfortably warm. There's a pair of brightly burning cast iron stoves with piles of wood next to them. There's a wooden trestle table where food is obviously prepared, and there's like shelves lined with plates and mugs and pots and utensils and jars of ingredients and spices and things like that. But it looks like it's very recently been used.
can I look around for any food that we can take with us that's not, raw meat?
Yeah, I'll say that here you can probably collect about 1 ration per person. And these ones would be like edible rations.
Great. I guess I'll pass those around so we can just say everyone gets one.
May I take some spices?
Yes.
Thank you.
I'll say you can take probably like, how many spices do you want? There's probably like a good like 20 little jars of different spices here.
I'll take them all.
Okay. Maybe you can
Actually,
use them on the meat.
Can Mark take some salt?
Yes. I'll say there's Well, there's probably one salt. You can take a nearly full jar of salt.
Okay. I just imagine like a giant, like, pepper cracker.
Yeah. We can say there's that. There's like, yeah,
But
like
a salt one.
a big salt cracker next to a big pepper cracker. Oh, by law, prosciutto has to be cured for at least 400 days. And some goes for as long as 3 years. Interesting. You don't find any prosciutto down here. Cultists, they don't have any patience. Only in the kitchen where there's like a professional cook. It's upstairs.
Are there any rats in this kitchen?
How would you look for them exactly?
I'd look for droppings. I'd look for little like nibbled bits of food.
Yeah,
smells.
give me a perception check again. Well, so you already did 12. Yeah, I'll say you can find some evidence of like some rat droppings and things like that. And you do find a cheese in here as well. That can be one of the rations. But it's been nibbled a little bit, and you think maybe that is from rats. That's your main piece of rat evidence.
Okay.
Shall we continue? Or do you wish to? Alright, I will like to open this door.
Okay. So this one is another one of these big ones with the wheel on it. So the wheel is on both sides, and you can turn it and sort of pull it inwards. And you just find yourself back in the stinky passage.
Alright, oh, double door. Oh, that's... Okay, that's a little weird.
What's
What is
weird?
it?
Oh, the lantern. Okay. It was just weird because for some reason I was like seeing into the corner of this like room, but it was like stopping me from seeing it past this point of an angle, and then stopping me from seeing at this point of an angle, and then it was like scattering like throughout here. So it was like this weird like star shape like over here.
Yeah, I guess it's the lantern and everything.
So before we go scattering off, there's a side of, is that a double door?
Yeah, so
over here?
that is a very large iron double door. And the door here looks like it's been almost renovated so that it is a double door. And it has these two kind of big like brass handles on it, and what appears to be like infernal inscriptions of some kind of embossed on the door. So very different from these like circular ones that you've seen before.
I have a feeling that what it says here is abandoned all hope you enter, but what does it say?
It's just it's just like runes and things. It's nothing nothing that's like actually readable.
And Mark can make a perception check. See if you can hear anything coming from the outside of the door.
Yeah, give me a perception check. Yes, you put your ear to this door and you can hear what sounds like people chanting on the other side of the door. What is it that you hear?
Baka, did you just whisper shit?
Yeah.
And then just runs away.
Mark is like, he's got his hands like pushing down, like keep it down, like quiet.
And seeing this, Fisk will draw his crossbow as well. And Rhea, well, she'll do whatever Gennaro says. Well, no, she's. I guess
I'm
we're
going
not in combat, so she will also draw both of her swords.
I'm going to request that the woman here that cannot defend herself hide in the kitchen as we take care of problems.
I'll just be in here in case anything goes wrong in the kitchen.
She like closes this door behind her.
Anyone care to make sure that this door doesn't like lead into a booby trap that'll explode on us when we're trying to break through?
That's a good idea.
Sorry, Kidsa, did you read what said in Infernal on the door, the script,
Yeah.
or?
Actually, I just realized that I gave you the wrong answer with that. Most of these things are just sort of runes and things, and then you notice that there is a sentence in Infernal that is kind of inscribed in an arch over the top, and it reads, "That which falls can rise again."
It's the souffle room.
No, this is the door that is to to Hell's Kitchen.
Hell's Kitchen, yeah.
The souffle room? I sprint to the door. No.
They clearly do not know how to make souffle.
But also, I won't ask for a stealth check because of this like running sewerage and everything. Unless you plan on doing anything particularly noisy, you should be kind of covered by that.
Let's, I guess shall we open the door and maybe have like a ring of covering fire people just to kind of get ready to start blasting if things go bad?
Yeah, if you guys can open the doors, we can see if we can just shoot something in before we get responded upon.
What if these cultists are nice cultists?
I was just about to say, but that's taking a chance, yeah.
Oh look,
No, I
we've
highly
just
doubt
gone
it.
through. We've just gone through the vamp of mana, and shed blood even
Wait, the real
from
question
early
is,
days.
Can
would
we-
Van Thampa would she already have told all of the cultists that there were like, intruders? Because I have these cultist robes.
I think, did we kill her before she could tell anyone?
Well, we took a long nap, so we don't know what she did in that time.
But-
So you're just gonna... Sorry.
Just be like, oh no,
I was
guys,
just gonna
I'm
say,
late for the ritual. You know?
Yeah, that's what I was about to ask. Like, they're all there, and you're like, sorry guys, just running late.
Sorry, I got lost when I was trying to find the souffle room.
I mean, she had time enough to call guards on us, as seen by the chase sequences a couple last session ago. So, I mean, we could try, but the last time we tried to be someone we're clearly not, it did not well. That did not
almost
end well
worked
for us.
great, you know? Yeah, I guess we can just go for it. I think back remembering too, oh no, I'm Emmerich and I'm very sick. And then I go, yeah, we should probably
It was a beautiful play.
the performance of a lifetime. It did not work.
You avoided the guards. It did still work.
This is true.
Okay,
So-
I will ready. Can I ready?
Oh, no, go ahead, go ahead.
Can I-
You can't ready an action out of combat,
Okay,
unfortunately.
I will put down dinner and have my
Have it for
pole
later?
at the ready. Well, I'll bring out my crossbow. Okay, let's do this.
Oop, somebody rings a bell to say, all right, time to open the door. Or is it the dinner bell? It is the dinner bell. All right. What do you do?
I guess I will open. Oh, sorry, go.
No, I was just gonna say these little notifications for when my cat mount is very funny. They're cracking me up.
What are
When
they?
you're
It just says everyone and everything get off Ethel hat. Is that just to me? Because that's very funny.
No, I can see that as well.
Alright, I will attempt to open this door.
Okay, so you can pretty easily kind of like pull down these two brass handles and push the doors inwards. And inside, you see 2 rows of tall wrought iron candlesticks light this vaulted chamber, each one bearing 9 flickering candles. And there's a 7-foot tall statue of an angel holding a stone longsword at the other end of the room, standing atop this sort of dais. And a 6-foot tall fiend bristling with spines stands west of the statue, glaring at some black-robed cultists who kneel and chant in the middle of the room, their faces hidden but behind golden devil masks. And there are 9 tapestries depicting the layers of the 9 hells adorning the walls. And this creature, which is facing these cultists, looks over to you as you open the door, and it says,
Who are you? What have you done with the Thalamra human?
Shit.
She told us to come down here to make sure all things were in order.
Zariel's pawn was mine to control. If you have killed her, then I will make you suffer. Even if you have not killed her, perhaps I will still make you suffer.
Well, in that case, she's dead.
alright. Let's roll for initiative.
Oh no, reverse! We'll do the thing to you!
Damn, I was just about to cast Disguise Self and be like, I am her. Wow. This will work this time.
Alright, what do we got? Slobber chops. Oh my goodness, there's a lot of things to add to the initiative order. I hate how whenever somebody rolls, it like moves the screen. It's really... Okay, what do we got?
You know, you
Slobber
can pick up your
chops in
dice and
there.
roll it again.
Oh.
Yeah, you
Slobber
can like
chop?
move the dice around. Oh wait, it's not working for me. Oh, because it's your dice probably.
Gotta be the right dice, yeah.
Oh no,
Doesn't pick a roll.
I'm moving someone's.
Oh, why
Random
didn't it work
dice.
for me?
Oh, you're right, you can.
Oh, it's not. Oh, there we go. Now it's working. It wasn't working.
Cool. I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, in case it's ever like sitting on top of something that you need to read, can be helpful. Ethel, your cat should be in the initiative tracker as well. For
Is dinner gonna be an initiative?
yes, dinner is.
It's served.
Nice. Okay. So Ethel, you're up first. What do you do?
I don't know what to do. Oh no. I was thinking. I really don't want to get in the way, so. I don't know if I can do very much, because if I move, okay, so does my cat count as difficult terrain?
Yes.
Damn, okay. Oh, I can see a cultist from here. Alright, I guess I'll firebolt the first cultist that I can see, which is that guy.
Okay.
Is that a firebolt noise?
Okay, that hits.
That's when you're gonna get scorching rays. Pew pew pew.
Nice. So this guy, I will say actually that these guys are kind of as good as prone because they're kneeling and facing this devil. But I won't. Oh, that kind of gives you a disadvantage. But I won't.
Yeah.
Don't worry about the disadvantage. It will. You just fire at this guy from the back, and yeah, this firebolt just straight into him, and just sets fire to his robes, and he just starts screaming like ah! He just like falls forwards and burns to death. And this guy in front of him kind of like turns to like see him die, and it's just like holy shit.
ooh, sorry. I just call out. I'm like, ooh, that seemed bad. Sorry.
Okay.
Guys, I feel bad for the minions, you know? The big bad guys I don't mind killing, but I feel bad for the minions.
Don't.
They're in a better place now.
Wait, that's true. They love hell, and I just got to send them there. So they'll have a great time. It's like a vacation.
Okay, this guy is going to stand up, and he's going to run in this direction. Runs over to here, and he's going to attack somebody. He kind of pulls out his dagger as he runs, and he's going to try to stab Alina. And hits for 6 piercing damage. Rhea.
She's gonna move into the gap there. The doors are wide enough that can she get around this dude? Like, decide one way or another?
I'll say that... yes. Yeah.
Okay, so she'll turn to her side and, like, gingerly step across him as she's stabbing at him.
Okay. That misses.
She has 2 long sword, right?
Yes, 2 long sword and a short sword. That definitely hits. Okay. She kind of dodges out of the way as she like swings at it the first time. But then she draws back and like swings again and kind of just like slashes like right through his arm. Like it goes like halfway through his shoulder. He cries out in pain. And that's a hit as well. Nice. That is enough to just chop like right through his torso. And he falls over forwards, like practically at Rhea's feet.
And so she's moved only 5 feet. So she'll run up to the next one and just get like really aggressive. Like she's going in.
Okay.
And end her turn.
Okay, Kenzei.
Finally, a battlefield with some room. I'm gonna 5, 10, 15. Oh, Jesus. Over here. So there you go. Bonus action. I am going to use Giant's Might. Where is it? I have it somewhere. Where's my things? Where are my things? There it is. It's mine. Use ability. Kensei will digivolve into Giga Kenway.
Okay. You finally got enough space.
I know, right?
how do I do this again?
Baka, it's the perfect battlefield for us.
Here we go. Okay. And I'll say again, you kind of like knock these candles over as you do that.
Perfect. So seeing that this guy's prone, he's going to use his attack action and make a Kanabo attack.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, he's like on your knees prone. I guess so. I'll say it is this time.
Yeah.
That hits.
Alright, cool. Damage. Then I get to add a d6 because of Giant's Might. So
You just chop this guy. No, I mean, I guess it's a Kanabo of one. You hit him so hard in the head that his head actually goes like, and like flies over, like just tears loose from his shoulders and flies over in this direction, like bounces along the ground.
So that was 15 feet of movement, correct? I think.
Yeah.
From me. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, 15. Okay. Then I'm going to use a remainder movement to Okay, that's weird. So I have 15 if I move it over here, but it gets yellow when I do. I don't know if that's just because of my large state. Because that's 10, and then I can. Oh, that's weird.
Yeah,
I might have miscounted.
I think, yeah, just do what it says. I'm a bit confused about that, how that works as well when you're like double size. But I think it should be accurate.
Alright. Okay, then I will just move right there and kind of like just looking at him. It's like, you're next. This spiky one.
Yeah.
It kind of like grins at you with these like spiked teeth. You feel like it's almost assessing whether or not you would make the greatest prize among this group of adventurers that have burst into this room. Fisk has got his crossbow out. He's going to take a step over to here and aim at this thing and try to hit it with a crossbow bolt. And does hit it with a crossbow bolt. For 12 damage. That's nice. It is a little bit resistant though. And let's see if it has any... What do we got? Yeah, it seems a little bit resistant. Kind of like tries to like swipe its arm across this bolt as it flies towards it to just sort of like whip it out of the way, but the bolt just does like embed itself in this thing's arm and kind of like becomes like one of its many spikes. And it kind of like lips its like fanged lips, like it's excited by this. Marker.
Marker moves into this position. Ooh, assesses the situation, and he's like, "It's on now." And he makes his way into this position, and he's hulking up. As he's running through the hall, he's just like transforming into his brown bear shape. Like you see one arm pop, other arm pop, and then just like brown bear.
Let's get ready to rumble.
Okay.
Probably be there, I guess.
Yeah. Alright, just okay, so first attack
At advantage?
is yeah. Bite. I want to see if this works. Alright. So I did the roll? Oh no, sorry.
Nine's miss.
Wow. Jeez. Okay, second attack.
That's a hit.
Damage.
Nice. It tries to like duck his head and you just miss him, but then he thinks like it's all good and raises his head again. You come at him with the other paw and just smash him in the face, and you just feel his like jaw and like eye socket crack as he goes down.
And
I'm sorry.
And I'll just I'll just end turn. Thanks.
Okay, Dinner.
Can Dinner do anything if I haven't commanded him to? As a familiar?
Yeah,
I
so
guess?
Dinner's just, I will just use like a basic, like standard familiar, and usually I wouldn't require you to, so you can,
Okay.
yeah, you can just say, you can kind of communicate with it on your turn, on its turn.
Okay, so Dinner, go help anyone in need. So it's gonna fly in here. That's 15 feet. Oh, okay. Shit, that's scary. That's another 5 feet.
You always end up with
20
all of the familiars. I promise I'm not favoring my wife, everyone, I'm sorry.
Wow, clan.
Why?
now,
Why
dude.
not?
I tried to get everyone, I tried to indicate that it was hungry.
I'm sorry.
Help
It
action?
doesn't help that Kenway is a dog, not a cat person, so.
And okay, gonna attack. Oh,
Oh, it can't attack, it just gives the help action.
Oh, sorry. Then help action.
Yeah,
Yes.
because I'm treating it like a familiar, I'm going to say that it doesn't really
uh-huh.
have the capacity to like use its claws and everything.
Can it disengage, or is it like the cat familiar?
I don't think has. It's more like the lesser cat familiar.
Okay, very good.
Yeah, it has some other cool things, but it can't
It
disengage.
does. Okay, that's end turn.
Okay, Gennaro.
How high is the ceiling in this place?
10 feet.
Okay, that won't do.
I think it was. 9 feet.
Okay. I'm just gonna get up here and let's mind sliver this guy here.
Okay. So it's going to have advantage on the saving throw because it has some magical resistance. Looks like it fails.
Perfect. And then, yeah, that was 25.
Mine slivered. 6
And my
psychic
turn.
damage.
Oh, sorry, I keep clicking in my turn because we do that on my other thing for this program, so.
That's alright. Oh, do you use Foundry as well?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, I'm just always like, either I have to remind everyone to do it, or I have to ask everyone not to do it, because otherwise I just, you know, like you click it and then I click it, and just like, I wish there was a way to turn it off. Or
where is the end turn button technically?
it's in the combat tracker down the bottom. It might not show when it's not your turn.
It only shows up when it's on your turn.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just gonna attack with both my daggers and with my blade if it hits.
Okay. That definitely hits.
Oh, yeah.
Nice, so 12 with the +1 dagger.
Does sneak attack get critical hit as well? I've never rolled
yeah.
it so much.
All the dice get doubled on a critical hit. That's why paladins and rogues, when they score a critical hit on an attack, it is devastating.
And it takes the full damage because it's still with the same knife. Booming blade. 12 is a miss.
Oh, is there a help action?
I think that's just the damage if it moves.
Oh,
Yeah, so the help action would have affected the... Oh, you didn't roll with advantage on that first. So you could have rolled with advantage, but it doesn't matter because you critted anyway.
Okay. I have to swing with my other thing about Bob anyway. No, I did it again. That's fine.
Miss for that one. Oh, for some reason I thought... Oh, I see. I thought that damage was the attack roll. Okay.
No. And then I'll just disengage.
Alright, Jean Lamore.
hey, Jean Lamore is gonna run in here. And crossbow.
That hits.
Excellent.
Okay. So you add to its spikes again. It doesn't seem as damaged as you would hope, but... but yeah, maybe probably a little bit. Anything else?
Nope.
Okay.
I think I need to be here.
Alright, it is watching what's going on. It sees Kenzei, this giant Giga Kenzway. It's also been like pretty damaged by Alina. So it's going to do a thing. It kind of points at both of you with each of its hands, like its full hands. And these, like, motes of flame just, like, come out of its hands. It kind of, like, charges them up first and then just lobs these fireballs at both of you. And so I'll go left to right, so Alina first. It hits you with this flame. And does 13 fire damage. And you also catch on fire when it does this. And then this one is the one that's aimed at Kenzei. This one misses. You manage to just duck out of the way. And it's then going to... It's then going to move in for the kill. Sort of sidesteps this
So now
cat
it takes the thunder.
and takes the booming blade damage. So 12 damage. And what is the damage? Oh, it wouldn't be. It's like force or something, I think. Yeah.
Thunder damage.
Thunder damage. Sweet. Cool. All right. It just steps over to here, just sidesteps the cat. It's just sort of like grinning at both of you. Like it looks like it's enjoying the prospect of further combat with you. Cat.
Cat's gonna run in here.
I'm sorry for calling Cat a lesser familiar.
Cat is deeply offended by you. I think that was 25, so I guess. Does Kenway take up all 4 of these squares as difficult terrain?
Yes.
Oh, great. I guess I'll just cross through here, and I think that was a full dash, so it'll just stay here and just not do anything.
Okay.
It'll go right next to the monster and not even help anything.
And then after my
My
spiel
cat
at the
keeps
beginning,
dying.
I just kill it immediately. Yep.
Me and my cat never go right next to each other. This is fun.
I try to make the creatures just do what I think they would do. So it's like, I'm not trying to kill your cat,
Wow,
but it's like...
I hate cats.
Yeah, this particular devil has a real problem with cats.
It's like deeply allergic, and it's just like, stay away from me. That's
mean,
why,
yeah, it's kind of like
that's why
if
I've
you're-
never had a cat.
It's like a fair assessment because it's like either take care of the creatures that are like actively harming yourself, or the pesky little things are just being a slight nuisance.
Yeah. Yeah, generally it's going to go for like the biggest threat. Or, I mean, it might go like if it thinks, you know, like it can take out like the weakest, you know, somebody that's a threat that looks like they're going down, maybe, if I was being mean, but yeah.
I'm gonna cast Chill Touch on this devil.
Okay. Oh, did that silvery barbs come into effect when I did my turn earlier, Gennaro? I always forget what it... sorry, not silvery barbs, Mind Sliver. I always forget what it does.
So it the next saving throw it gets a negative D4.
Okay, saving throw. Sweet. 25 hits.
Nice.
I mean, I always forget what everything does, but that one in particular. Okay.
Beautiful.
And
I give like a really enthusiastic thumbs up to Jean Lemore. Like I just did a lot. I'm like, woo, I hit it.
Very, very good.
it barely notices you as this hand, this spectral hand passes through it as it's just engaged with like Kenzei and Alina. Rhea.
So she... full Wolverine Berserker, just slashing at the thing that is very aggressive.
At this current vantage point, does Rhea technically have flanking?
Yes.
Okay.
23 hits. Alright. Twelve misses. Twenty-two hits.
I believe the short sword's been doing so much damage better than the long sword so far this session.
True. A lot more accurate. And yeah, she'll end her turn.
Okay, Kenzie.
Alright, I'm going to return favor and hit this motherfucker with the knabo. Warning. Attack, and I will add a +1. And
That hits.
damage and a 6.
Nice. Full damage on that one.
And that is all that I will be doing this turn.
Alright. You definitely get its attention when you just smash it again with this magical Kanobo. Alistair is not able to get a good shot anymore, so he's going to move in to here and try to aim at this thing with his heavy crossbow. It's going to have a little bit of cover, and he misses. Damn it! And moves over to here, and actually he's going to kind of run over to here. I am a little rusty with the crossbow. Marco.
Marker Bear is going to move into this position there. And first attack with Z-Bite. +1. Oh.
Miss. .23 hits.
Okay. And end turn.
Okay. Alright, dinner.
Yes. Help.
action?
Action.
Gennaro.
I'm just gonna target it with the. Oh, I think I target myself. With another mind sliver.
Okay. Have advantage. And looks like it passes.
But it fails because of mind sliver because you can't roll less than a 1, and 15 was a DC.
Say that again. I think I'm don't understand.
Mind sliver is minus a D4 on saving throw, and it lasts till the end of my turn. So
Oh,
it
the
gets
end of your
minus-
next turn.
Yeah, because in case no one uses it, then I can use it
Oh
basically.
yeah, before the end of your next turn. Awesome. So it could not have rolled that. So what? It should have had disadvantage. Was it?
No, it gets a negative
No, it just
D4.
Negative 4. Negative 4.
Yeah,
Yes.
because your highest one was 15, then yeah, there's no way that it can pass.
Awesome. So 6 psychic damage.
Yep, and then it's got the effect again. And
Okay.
I will end my turn.
Alina.
What? Since I'm on fire?
Yeah, actually, so you will take some fire damage. You take 1d10 fire damage. Oop. So you take 2 fire damage.
Okay.
And you can use an action to extinguish the fire. If you wish.
Okay. Well, I'm not gonna stay on fire. I feel like that's bad plan. Because I was gonna say, like, if I can't put myself out for some reason, I'm like, would the fire that's on me be considered a small campfire size that I could prestidigitation it out?
Yeah, I mean, you can use prestidigitation to put out the fire because that would be an action as well.
Yeah, I was just if I can put myself out for some stupid reason that I couldn't
Sweet.
figure out. But okay, I'll obviously put myself out. And I'm a little worse for wear, so I'll disengage back here. Yeah.
Okay.
And that's it.
All right, Jean Lemore.
Okay. I will fire my crossbolt.
It'll have a little bit of cover from where you're standing, but you definitely miss it.
Okay. I'll end my turn.
This wax from this a candelabra that's been knocked over is kind of like falling on the ground, and just as you're about to like shoot this bolt, it sort of pulls onto your toe and like, wow. Actually, I don't know if you're wearing boots. I for some reason I imagine little rat feet.
Yes, it is mysterious.
Okay, this creature, which has been kind of taking some psychic damage from Gennaro, it's going to turn at you and try to claw you. And hits for 5 piercing.
I am going to cast shield.
Okay. Shield. All right. So it's like kind of like scratches like in the air and sort of comes into contact with this like shimmering sphere that kind of pops up around you. And it's pretty clever. It realizes that it's not going to be able to hit you again, so it kills the cat. No, it's going
Wow.
to it's going to swipe out at Kenzei and misses. And it's then going to, with its multi-attack, it's going to swing its tail at Marker Bear. And hits. For 8 piercing. These spikes just go like smash like across your face. Tearing like some big gashes across your maw and forehead. Moorhead. Cat.
Okay, I have a question. If the cat gives the help action on attacks against this creature, does that give me advantage as a spell attack or not?
It would. But it already
Okay,
has the help
so-
action on it. But you can, but yes.
Can
it
I
would.
like have it? Well, because I don't know if it's worth it for me to have the help action on my attack, because I don't do that much damage when I hit my beautiful 1 damage. So can it like hold an action to help after this help is done or not?
I don't know if you can hold
Once
the help
dinner
action.
is done distracting, the cat
mean,
comes in and keeps distracting.
Yeah, I mean you can hold generally like any action. I don't see why you
that's
wouldn't be
why
able to hold the help
I'm
action.
asking. It feels weird, but
Yeah, I think
I
so.
don't sure. I guess the cat will do that. 'Cause
Okay. Alright. And your turn? You
Cool,
will
I
have
will-
advantage anyway.
okay, yeah. I'll chill touch him again.
Okay.
Guys, I feel like I've been out of spells for like 4 seconds.
Same.
16 hits.
Hooray!
Okay, 3 necrotic damage. Doesn't seem to have any resistance. Kind of looks pretty disgruntled as this hand goes through it this time.
You are
Alright.
doing very well, Esso.
And then the cat, I guess, immediately like paws at it, gives it the help action. Anything else?
It can't actually claw at the creature, but I feel like it pretends to claw at the creature.
It kind of like sort of just, yeah, maybe like punches it or sort of whacks it without using its claws, perhaps. I don't know. It's your cat. It pretends to claw it in the air, and this creature sort of looks down at it like, what the hell? And it's confused enough that it's somewhat distracted. Also, actually, I'll say Ethel, if you like, you can try to use an Arcana check to identify this creature.
Sure.
And anyone else can do that is proficient in Arcana. Or religion. You can do a religion check as well. 23... yes, 23, you do identify this Ethel as a barbed devil. This is a creature of unbridled greed and desire, and they act as guards to the more powerful denizens of the Nine Hells and their vaults. They're known for being very alert and difficult to surprise, and they use their sharp claws as weapons or hurl balls of flame at foes that try to flee, or foes that run towards them as well, apparently. But you would have seen in your readings that it is not easy to hurt these things with cold damage or non-magical physical damage, and they're also immune to fire and poison. Rhea.
So her confidence is high. So I don't know if you guys know what Brooklyn Nine-Nine is, but he's basically going to do the bullet sprinkler, but with swords.
I've never actually watched it. I've heard it's good though.
Oh, it's great. Yeah, it's just like a mindless watch. But basically, like the guns like out and then just spinning in a row, basically. But she's going to do that with their swords.
Okay.
Oh, that's +1. I forgot about that. So that should be 17.
That's a hit. And I guess you would also have had advantage. So you can crit fish if you like.
Might as
Okay.
Okay, and so is
5
my next one
slashing.
advantage or no?
Say again? Oh no, only one.
Just the one? Okay.
Yeah. Miss. That hits.
Good work.
Has never rolled lower than a 9.
And she's visibly out of breath as she stops and ends her turn.
Yeah, she's pretty powerful. I mean, CR3, so you guys are level 4. Yeah, she's still... You were saying, Kenzay, like... It does seem like she does more damage than some of you guys sometimes. I mean, I guess like a CR3 creature is like meant to be hard to take on for like a group of like level 3 characters, so it kind of makes sense. I don't know. Kenzay.
Alright, I will attempt to smack again. I take +1 because of ranking. Oh,
Yep.
okay, just make sure.
Miss.
Yep, alright. That is it.
Okay. Fisk is going to again try to sort of run around here. He'll get a clear shot. He misses though, and so he's going to keep running. Like, never mind. Over to here. Marker.
Marker uses his paw to wipe away the blood from his mouth, like Bruce Lee style. From that tail spin that he got copped in the face before.
Oh, yeah.
And then he goes in for a bite, yeah.
Hit. Nice. 6 piercing.
Followed with the claw attack.
19 hits.
No.
Okay.
And then turn, thanks.
What level do you get that thing where your
Level
wild
6.
shape attacks? Level 6.
Oh,
Nice.
magical? I think
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's level 6.
Nice.
Yeah, it's level 6.
Okay, slobber chops. I mean, dinner. Hold on, I'll get rid of Slobber Chops. You're allowed to rename it. Anna. Oh, you're on mute. Muted.
Sorry. Just the help action, please.
Help action. Okay, Gennaro.
All right, let's try and chain this again. Mind Sliver.
That's crazy that you can chain it like that, actually. That's interesting. So, it's minus D4, was it? Or just minus 4?
So,
You've told me what this
so
is
your
like 3
advantage
times
is
now.
minus 1d4.
Okay.
Damn.
Yeah, I guess that would pass.
Doesn't matter.
Regardless. Okay. Anything else?
Well, the cycle has been broken.
You know what? I will use bonus action, use my remaining sorcery points to give myself a level 1 spell.
Cool. Okay.
And my
Elena.
turn.
I'm going to take a healing potion.
Okay.
I don't know what that was.
Okay.
It used to in
Neither do
like
we.
in like Baldur's Gate 2, I think when you like drink something, it says like quaff, like goop, goop. But I actually forgot that because I had you selected, it would say it as if you were saying it. Anyway.
I was like, I didn't type that, but I don't know.
Yeah,
I
you
guess
did.
it's kind of late here. I don't know what I'm doing.
Anything else?
No, I don't think I can do anything.
Okay, JL.
I will attack.
Have a bit of cover again from there, but still hits. Nice. Oh yeah, because you had advantage as well. Or somebody did.
Oh, I did?
Well, it doesn't matter, you critted. Okay, still resistant. But it's looking pretty bloodied.
End turn.
Okay. It's gonna go at Gennaro again with its claws. And hits.
I'm going to cast Shield.
Okay. Same thing. And this time, well, I think it'll just pretty much repeat what it did before, so it's going to try to attack Kenzei again. Hits this time. .11 piercing. And then, again, it's going to, like, whip at Marker Bear with its tail. Misses. With the claw, it's only if it hits the same person twice. Okay, cool. Cat.
Hallie's gonna whack this thing in the leg again. Just be a mild distraction.
Okay.
But not a crazy distraction. It wants to be less threatening than everything else.
Just enough to make it be like, "Rrr."
Not more than a bear. Not more than a bear. A large bear or a Giga Kenway.
This
Listen,
cat is clearly the biggest threat to me.
You don't even know what cat can do, alright? I bet it could beat Kenway in a fight. And then I'll just chill touch this thing again. It's very exciting.
With advantage.
Oh, nice.
Hit. Five necrotic. Okay.
Can the chill touch hand just have given it like a little pat on the head?
So the hand just pats it on the head
Yeah.
instead of like going
Gives it
through
5
it.
damage.
It just kind of like tries to wave it away. It's like, it's very condescending.
As it waves it away, it high fives it and then it'll disappear.
Right.
So Rhea has gotten a flair for the dramatics, so she's going to just basically like edge, like chopping motion with both swords going up and down.
I'm assuming that she would have put this lantern down, by the way, I just realized. I'm sure she would have done that. Okay.
No advantage, right?
No, but it does get +1 for flanking, but it hits. Oh yeah, you did that. Nice. Seven slashing. You're just like hacking into this thing, like just chopping off these spines as you're going. Giving it a spine cut. That hits. Three damage. $19 hits.
What is going on? I've rolled 3 straight 6s.
666.
Yeah.
Someone's hacking, but we appreciate it, so we're gonna leave it that way.
As I keep telling you, Adrian is too strong.
Just wait while she begins to like level with the party and gets like, I'm gonna multi-class her. Give her like.
Rhea becomes the conqueror pal I know she is. Alright, first we're gonna try to see if we can smack him. Attack. +1.
That's a hit. Or that's a smack.
Woohoo! It's smacky smack.
12. Nice.
Okay, and then as a bonus, I am going to second light.
Sweet. Okay, while you're healing, Fisk is gonna step over in front of Alina again and try to get another bolt in, and hits this time. For half of 9. And he's going to actually get sneak attack. Okay, and then he's going to kind of, well, I guess he'll just step back over here. Marker.
Mark is in there with the bite again.
Nice.
And then followed with the claws.
Yep. He's kind of like...
Combo.
Whoa, nice. So, yeah, he's kind of like... Sort of nearly takes a knee as you like smash him with your claws this time. Even though the 13 hits, I guess you kind of swipe, and because he takes the knee, like you swipe just above his head. And he kind of like shakes a bit and then kind of sort of stands up again and kind of looks around, and it looks like he's got like this like black substance in his eyes a little bit, and he kind of like wipes his eyes and his forehead to try to get this like what looks like some kind of devil's blood out of his eyes, and sort of looks a bit like dazed at this point. Dinner.
Gonna claw at him
Okay.
and give him some help. I mean, give us
Give him some help.
help.
No. Finish him.
Yeah, so I'm gonna just take him as being that low, and I'm just going to attempt to drop my focus, stab him in both eyes with my daggers. So let's see how this goes.
That's a hit. All you gotta get is 2. Nice. Oh wait, no, because it's just piercing. So
Yeah, it's half.
you do half of that. But you definitely like stab him in the eye just as he's like wiping this blood out of his eye. Your dagger just straight into his eye. Like, okay, how do you end it?
I just yell out, if your brain can hand me out, it won't hold up my dagger. And it's, I just stab him in the eye and try and go as far into his brain as I can.
It's like, and kind of like reaches out and like tries to grab your, grab you by the scruff of the cloak, and it's sort of trying to like hold you and lift you up, but it sort of goes weak, and its hand kind of like lets go of your cloak slowly as it begins falling backwards with these two daggers like sticking out of its eyes, just like lands on its back, and nearly like squashes the Dinner. Dinner has to jump out of the way and just like, yeah, lands on its back in front of Marker, and then kind of begins to disintegrate and turn to ash, and out of combat.
Now, those are some silvery barbs.
I go pick up my cat and I'm like, you survived a whole combat. I need to pick it up.
Were there
Sorry,
any? Oh, sorry. You go. You go.
No, sorry. I was just gonna say, do you name your cat like 1, 2, 3, and 4?
Yeah,
so this is like.
But I don't tell you guys the number because it's actually cat 247, and I'm like, I'm embarrassed. Listen, cat got into trouble at the library. Okay.
You would not believe how many books accidentally fall on cats. All right.
They also had like a little dumb waiter, like, you know, for getting between sections. Cat fell in there a lot.
All right, let's do a 5-minute break.
All right.
Yes.
See you in 5 minutes. So at this point, Lady Satir Thione Hune sort of pokes her head out behind Alina.
Is everything okay now?
Yes, madam. You can come in.
Oh,
Now
good.
help me come loot these corpses.
She goes and like hides in the corner.
I can't watch.
I really dramatically roll my eyes. I don't think I like this lady.
What was this statue again?
Yeah.
Okay, so Jean Lemore, you go through these corpses, and you don't find anything on any of them. The devil has disintegrated, and the cultists. You do find on the cultists these masks, these like metal painted gold masks.
I would like to take those masks.
All 4 of them.
Yes, please.
Okay, and they also have like robes and things. And I think I created these masks. I think maybe Alina grabbed one. Where are we?
I was also just going to say, like, the cultists, were they wearing nothing? Were they just attacking naked people?
They have absolutely nothing. That's how loyal they are. They're like, I don't know. It's to show their faith. This statue is a... Where was it? I lost my place. It's a big statue, right? And it's made out of statue substance.
Material?
Statue
The
material.
sky is made out of sky.
Earth
And
made out of earth.
the statue is a 7-foot tall angel holding a stone longsword.
A stone what?
Longsword.
do we know what like sort of angel it is, or what god it adheres to?
It's hard to tell for sure, but you might suspect at this point that it is a depiction of Zariel.
Ah.
Can I, in my large state, be to the fact that I'm thinking like a similar size to this thing, then can I like move, put my hand on it and try to like move it to see if there's like a false door or like anything that might move if I just like press on the angel?
Yeah, you can sort of push against it and stuff, but nothing happens when you do that. Sorry, Marco.
Oh yeah, Marco wanted to assist as well. He had a similar idea, but also he wants to like gently use his head to push Ethel out the way, just to like shove her like away from the statue, just in case it falls.
Gennaro, watch the splash zone.
So
Yeah.
I won't ask you for a check. I'll just say that, you kind of push on this thing and it is, like connected to this dais and it's very hard to move. It kind of like, shudders a bit as you kind of push against it.
I pull out that weird dragon crown I have, and I just like look up at the statue's head, and I'm just like, do you think this would look good on it? Guys, I don't know what to do with this thing. If I give it a crown, do you think it'll wake up?
I honestly don't want it to wake up.
Yeah, I was just about to say, do we want that?
Level 4 combat with Zariel after you have no spell slots left.
Marco, what's his stand in front of the statue? So it looks like he's got wings now.
Sometimes the statue is just a statue, but I want it to do something,
After that, Adrian, if you would like to revert Giga Kenway into just normal Kenway, I would appreciate it.
Okay.
You should take the giant sword, and then you have a weapon for Giga Kenway.
Whoa!
I just wanted to see what I would do. Like, oh shit, I went up. I was supposed to go down, I went up.
It's that one scene from like Alice in Wonderland where she gets as big as the room. It's like,
Ethel, as you put the crown on this statue's head.
Oh no, I was gonna take the sword.
Oh,
if I
okay.
can.
The sword is just a big stone thing, and it doesn't kind of disconnect from the statue, at least not with ease.
I get upset and I look at my collection and I go, it would have been cool. Not a scimitar, but it still would have been cool.
Can Jean Lemore feel any sort of niches or secret entryways in the walls?
Give me a perception check. You don't see anything like that. Yeah, you. I mean, how are you looking?
I'm feeling with my hands and my feet, which I've decided.
How does that work?
Don't
You
have
like
boots.
glide along with all four paws on the walls. You don't find anything. Well, I mean, wait, hold on. Yeah. Nothing aside from. I'll say that you do manage to find, as you come down here, that there does seem to be something on the wall here that is, there's like some kind of cracks in the wall that look a little bit different from the wall elsewhere.
A crack. And I'll start like trying to dig away at the crack.
Can Marka smell anything unusual coming from the crack?
Give me a perception check.
Okay. I do have keen smell.
Okay, yep, go with advantage. Just trying to find... I swear that it said... Oh, okay. It's asking for a DC 10 to find these things. Yeah, you don't smell anything in particular coming through there. Actually, yeah. Maybe the subtle, a very subtle, with a 24, you smell this, a very subtle smell of like, almost like horse manure or like hay or something, but it's very subtle. And I'll say also, Jean Lemore, that you find another kind of seam-like thing on the wall down here.
Can I start digging away at that one as well?
Yeah, so when you say digging away, you're just kind of like putting like a dagger or something like in this.
Or like a finger.
So nothing really happens when you do that. You kind of maybe sort of carve off some little pieces of the stone or whatever, and there's maybe a little bit of, yeah, kind of crumbs and sand in there, but nothing in particular happens.
Can Marka use his paw to push? He notices JL at these cracks, and he's wondering if it's like a loose stone he can push with his paw.
And
like a pressure plate type of thing.
Do you push on the left wall or the south wall?
I'll go with the left wall first because that's the one I was investigating with that.
This one, as you push on it, it kind of let me see. Yeah, this one on the left, it kind of pushes in a little bit like and then slides across. And you see this very dark passage on the other side. Very narrow, dark passage.
Let me reach through, see what we got. I got a ladder.
Yeah, there is a tall wooden ladder at the end of this passageway. It looks like a 15 foot high shaft that it's going up into.
If I creep up, does the ladder lead to it like something that's already open or something that's closed? Or like some sort of like...
It leads up to, so up the top of this passageway, there is what looks like an iron hatch of some kind, and it's barred. It's got like a large plank of wood that's been kind of like slotted up there between these, kind of latch things.
Is that the
Cloth
backyard
things.
shed thing? Like, remember they told us there was another, like an exit or something?
Right. Can we start climbing up that and trying to be as discreet as he possibly can with like heavy accoutrements. Try to remove the plank and see if he can like peek outside to see where this is leading.
Yeah, so you can remove this plank fairly easily and push at this thing. It kind of like, it's fairly heavy, but you're able to kind of push against the seams a bit, and you push this thing up, and as you do that, a bunch of like hay like falls through the gap that you've created and sort of falls on you and around you and stuff. But you're able to sort of peek up there, and you see like a hay covered ground, and across from you there is a human man facing the other way, wearing like a sort of a beret, and he's like holding like a wooden bucket of some kind, and appears to be feeding some horses in some stalls, and he doesn't notice you yet.
Quietly lower back the hatch and come back downstairs.
Okay.
Yeah. And I kind of like inform the rest of the group that this place. Hold on. Wait, excuse me, Rhea. This goes to a shed. or not a shed, but a place that feeds animals up there. I think this is the exit that one crippled was talking about.
Do we leave?
But we still have not found the Kreeg. Can Jean-Lamont push on this wall?
Yeah, so you push on this wall and a similar thing happens. This big stone door kind of pushes inwards a little bit and then begins to roll over to the right.
Ah.
This room is lit by a pair of tall wrought iron candlesticks in the northeast and southeast corners, and 9 candles. I don't know why it's always specific about the number of. Oh yeah, of course, it's the 9 hells. 9 candles burn atop each one, casting flickering light across a claw-footed altar carved with a single block of obsidian, and which has a small angel-shaped flame erupting from its top. And you can see through the crack in the door as you open it that there's an armed cultist dressed in a black cloak in here. He has a deathly pale skin and a large red collar, and he's kneeling before the altar with his shield beside him. A large longsword is strapped to his back and a flail is attached to his belt. But as you push the thick stone door aside, he hears you, having until now been unable to hear anything as the doors are very thick and obviously soundproof. But before you can get the door to open fully, you see that he stands hastily and dons his shield and draws this longsword from his back, and he turns towards you, and you see that he has a symbol of a winged sword embossed on his breastplate. And he just says nothing at all. He stands ready and waits for you to approach, and you can see that the hateful zeal in his eyes, which flicker in the lantern light. So let's roll for initiative.
Oh, jeez. Sorry, guys.
Everyone can. Oh wow, really? Okay, hold on. I'm definitely gonna get better.
So my foundry has done this thing again for me. It's happened much earlier than usual. I'll just wait for you guys to roll, and then I'm just going to have to get out of here again. So bear with me. Nothing I do fixes this problem. Maybe I might have to buy like a new laptop or something and see if that does it. Not just for that, my laptop is also starting to die. A mere laptop. Throw it away.
Okay, you don't need to justify buying a new laptop or PC,
Thanks.
that's fine.
Thanks.
I know where you're coming from.
Letting you know, Adrian, when you come back in, Kenway's initiative will be 15 because of the second roll from the weapon.
Okay, sweet. Okay, I'm back in, so everyone should be able to refresh it. And it looks like everyone's in there. Kenze is 15. And I'll put these familiars in here. And Rhea. And also Fisk. And obviously, Satir is still cowering in the corner back there.
Why did we rescue her?
Hopefully there's like a reward for karma for at the end where we kind of like find out the people that we rescued, you know, to give us their life savings or something. I'm being thinking at the point.
Okay, so it looks like Alina is first. I'm not sure if you're back in, but when you're ready, do your thing.
I honestly don't know how much I can do from here because I can't see anyone. And I'm low on health, so going in there is probably not my ideal bet. So I will just ready in action to shoot something with my short bow if something comes out through the door.
Okay. And hold on, cat. Wow, this thing is struggling.
Okay.
Seems to be a bit buggy. I don't know why.
I guess I'll drop my cat because I'm holding my cat right now. So cat jumps off.
Okay. You can do that as a free action.
Cool. And then I do think I should maybe stop sending my cat into places all by itself. So my cat running in there feels like a bad idea. And so I guess it'll also hold an action if this guy happens to come outside. He will run at it and swat the guy.
Okay. Jean Lemore.
Jean Lemore is gonna. I'm just gonna go and crossbow him.
Nine misses, unfortunately. As you're raising your crossbow, it kind of like just like bumps on the wall here, and the bolt is like set loose, just kind of like snaps off as it like flies into this wall directly in front of you.
I'm gonna run away now.
Run away, Kenzei.
What's all this? Oh, bye. Alright, so now we're looking at something. Yeah, I'll go distract him. I'm gonna go down to here. Actually, let me continue using my movement too. That is. Okay, that's interesting that he's like on my screen. Like this man is holding up technically two. There we go. Okay.
I'll say that he's where are you trying to go? Like there? I'll say that he's there.
Okay. So I will go over here then. Make sure I can get as much movement as I can. So he's wielding a plate, some sort of like plate mail and a shield.
Yeah, he's holding a shield, he's got a long sword, and he's got a flail on his belt, and he's wearing breastplate.
Oh, breastplate, okay. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, me lucky day. Yeah, I'm going to... yeah, I'm going to actually take the dodge action just to see if I can distract this guy for a little bit, because I want everyone to get it top at, so I'll start there. So yeah, I'll take the dodge.
Okay, sweet. Makes sense. Janara.
As I look in this room, the ceiling is the same height as the room we're in right now?
Yes. Yeah, 9 feet.
Alright, I'm gonna step in. Can I see this guy? I can see half of him right now. Is that enough? Or yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Cast Mind Sliver.
Okay. Alright. Not as intelligent as he looks. We're gonna take 1 psychic damage.
Cool. And then I will move back and my turn.
Okay, Fisk is going to move into here. He's going to have to dash. 25, 30, so that's 35. Actually, no, he doesn't have to do that. He can dash to here. So he's going to dash over to here. He's still got his crossbow bolt out, and he's going to fire at this guy. And, ooh, nice. Crits him. 13 piercing damage. And this guy is just, Kenzei, you just notice, like, doesn't even flinch as this bolt just goes, like, straight into his shoulder. Like, he's, like, charged up on his, like, passion for Zariel, perhaps. Rhea. Oh, my bad. Hold on. Also gets a sneak attack.
Ooh.
Also double that.
Yeah, that's gonna be a lot. Nice.
Rhea does 15 damage.
The NPCs have it. Gennaro. Sweet.
Yep. So she's gonna charge in and attack. Sorry, it wasn't coming up for some reason.
9 slashing. Oh, maybe the NPCs do have it. It's a bit of an anticlimax if that happens. Okay, he's looking pretty well bloodied. Miss.
The short sword finally missed. And she ends her turn with a Xena-like yell.
Dinner.
Dinah is gonna fly behind him and try and mess with his hair as a help action. Try and play with his hair.
Again, he just doesn't even appear affected. He's so fanatical that even playing with his hair doesn't annoy him. Ethel.
Wow,
I feel like
this
I've had a
guy's
few
really
cultists that
crazy.
care a lot about their hair. This one is not one of them.
Yeah, and it's obvious from the way it looks. I'm just kidding, I haven't seen him yet.
Burn.
I'll go right here and I will chill touch him.
Okay. And you've got advantage.
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 Oh, fun!
That's a hit. Or a slap, or whatever it is, a spectral slap.
A spectral surprise high five.
Just high fives him in the face. And again, like, just no reaction.
It's like
Wow.
the Kmart Walmart Target where you slap them in the forehead, just like whoosh.
And then I will step back out of the room.
Okay, Marco.
Can Marker fit through that opening?
I'll say you can squeeze in there. I'll say that it's difficult terrain just to move through there.
So it's oi. And I'll move into that position there.
Sweet.
Cool. He's going to go with the bite.
Hit. Ten piercing.
And with the
Is he even
claws.
going to get to have a turn?
Oh,
Maybe miss.
in turn.
Ah, okay, he's going to get to have a turn. So he has a multi-attack. He's going to attack Kenzei with his longsword.
At disadvantage.
Disadvantage. Nice. Yep. Oh,
Well, thankfully at disadvantage rolls, that would have been great.
this is going to be versatile, though, I'm afraid. Because he's only got... Oh, no, sorry. My bad. Ignore that. He's holding a shield. I forgot he's holding a shield. Well, that doesn't work very well for his...
Even worse.
That's a silly multi-attack. I made this creature, by the way, so I just realized how stupid it is that he can attack once with his flail, but he's holding a shield. Okay, 11... wait, what have I done? 12
He did
slashing.
11 slashing.
But I did it twice. I don't know
Yeah, you
why.
did one with the D10 and the one with the D8 because he was holding the one hand of the shield.
Oh, okay, 11.
So you...
So one hit.
Okay. What hit point difference could make all the difference?
Except that he's then going to action surge. And he's going to try to hit you again. With his... actually... So, donning a shield is an action. Is it an action to drop a shield? I can't remember. It probably is, isn't it? Because you've got to...
Yeah.
Yeah, because your hand's, like, in the
Yep.
straps of it. Okay, he'll longsword you again. Still at disadvantage, my bad. And
Misses.
misses.
Wait.
Nice. Okay. Alina.
Let's move up and see if I can see anything. Get in. Yeah, okay. I think that's 30 feet. Alrighty. Booming blade.
So you're
dagger.
holding your
Oh, I'll
crossbow.
drop it. I'll drop it. I'll just
Okay.
drop it. Right.
Miss, unfortunately. You can probably only attack once because you'd need 2 object interactions to pull out both of your daggers.
Sounds good. And yeah, I'll just disengage and that's fine. We're good.
Okay. Cat.
Cool. Now Cat will run into danger. Oh wait, I can't occupy the same space as dinner, right?
Correct. Oh, shit.
We'll go diagonal right there. And now I will swat at this guy. Cat will swat at the dude, and it's funny to have two cats distracting someone.
We're gonna cut to like the end of the campaign where somehow, because of like rewards, multi-classes are just feats, everyone's gonna have a familiar, and ironically enough, everyone's gonna have a cat.
I would not let that happen. This is very annoying.
No, that's part of the plan, alright? We'll all have to figure out how to get a cat. Like.
Cat army.
Alright, either we all multi-class to get, like, leveled spells to get the Find Familiar, or we're all taking Magic Initiate. That's the only option we have now.
That's actually awesome. Imagine just if everyone had a cat familiar, and yeah, that's heaps cool. Just an army of cats, like, go, my pretties.
They can't
Even
attack.
if they roll poorly for where the cats kind of, like, go last, and the players go first, all they really need to do is hold the action to the help or something. It's like, now my turn!
Oh, yeah. I don't know if anyone's done that.
Jean Lemore. Is that good to go? Okay.
Yep.
Well, he's been sitting in front of this statue.
He can't stand there probably anyway, though.
Oh. He's been sitting in front of this statue and has suddenly been inspired, and he's noticed how like fervent this like dude is. And so he's gonna minor illusion a voice that sounds very demonic, angelically demonic, of Zariel, and says, "Stop what you're doing and put down your weapons."
The only thing is, you wouldn't know what Zariel sounds like.
It's true. I have no idea what Zariel sounds like.
Actually, Jean Lemore just saw a plate mail dude. Just like tagging up a statue, drilling onto it.
The other thing is, can it actually be words when you do that? Did you have a read of it? I'm not sure you can actually...
It can be a voice, someone else's...
It can be a voice, but can it...
It's a whisper to a scream. I guess it's a sound.
Well, that's its volume. It doesn't seem to say that it can't be words. Someone else's voice, lines, roar, beating of drums. Sound. I think, yeah, it's kind of like, I would say it's one sound. So you wouldn't be able to do like many syllables. That's how I'll rule it for now.
Then I'd probably just say stop. Or something like that sounds kind of like stop, like a big scream.
Okay.
That's also meant to sound like Zariel.
I don't think this cultist would have actually hurt Zariel, or would know what they sound like as well.
Ooh.
It doesn't have vocal opponents, so yeah, you could kind of like do that and run around the corner and cast this spell, and then perhaps he would hear this sound. Okay, nothing happens yet. We'll see what happens on his turn. Kenze.
Not forward thinking, kind of like going, "Oh, you're a son of a bitch." Kind of like seeing him like unleash his kind of like force on him. He's just going to return fire.
Okay.
In a way, I guess.
And you got advantage.
Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh yeah. Do I technically have flanking? I don't think I do.
I'm gonna say not with
Unless
a creature that. Yeah, because it can't attack. I'm gonna say probably not.
Okay, make sure. I'm idiot. Oh, there it is. Okay. That's advantage.
Miss.
do I? We got like 5 other people going, like a million other people going for me. I will just end my turn there.
Okay. Gennaro?
Sorry. Move. I can see him, and we're going to do the psychic thing again. Mind Sliver.
Okay. And he'll... Sweet. Chained Mind Sliver fails.
Yeah, we'll step back and end my turn.
3 psychic. You see, actually, like, his right eye, like, twitches as this psychic energy goes into his brain. But that's the only thing that happens. Fisk is going to try to shoot over Rhea. And misses. Rhea.
So she's gonna go. Yeah, she's gonna repeat what she did last time and start hacking up and down, same as last time.
Miss. Uh, 14's miss as well.
Jeez.
No luck this time.
Nope. And she tried to do the Xena screen at the stop, but her voice cracks and it falls apart. And my turn.
Dinner.
Is gonna play more with his hair.
You're like kind of like flying up near his head. Ethel.
Ooh.
Finish him.
Oh. 1 second. I moved into a weird spot. Okay. I'll go there instead. And hope he doesn't live, because then I'll die. And I will chill touch him again. What a shock.
With advantage?
Oh wait, now I'm too close, right? So would the advantage
yeah,
just counts up and it'd be
roll.
normal?
Yeah.
Okay. I forgot how spells work.
Miss.
Okay, this was an interesting turn.
Marker.
Okay, Marker's going in with the chomp.
Nice, that's a hit. Alright, how do you kill him?
He's just gonna like bite down on his head and like rip his head off and like maul at his head until until he just walks away with like a head in his mouth and he spits it out in the corner.
It's like playing with a ball. All this blood just goes like a fountain, like spraying out of this guy's like neck. And you win. You win the campaign.
We did it.
And this flame that's burning here is still burning, and it kind of, it's like burning out of this like kind of brazier thing, and it looks, it's like shaped almost like an angel or something.
The flame itself is shaped?
Yeah, it's like burning in the shape of an angel.
I am going to proceed to loot the body of the fallen foe.
Okay, so you find on him let me see. Yeah, you find a silver chain with a large pendant made of a transparent yellow golden gem, and it's carved in the shape of a sword with wings. And you also find a flail on his belt and his longsword, and also his breastplate and shield.
Does anyone can Arcana-y things to see if anything is magic-y or just normally or just like goody or
I mean, I can look at it quickly, but if we want to really do stuff, that takes like 10 minutes per thing to cast Identify, and that seems like a later problem.
You can have a look at
just
it.
like our Arcana just to,
Yeah,
just
I'll take a peek.
So you want to sort of look at it with magic in mind?
Yeah.
Okay, give me an Arcana check. You don't have any reason kind of turning this thing over in your hands to think that it would have any magical properties necessarily. It doesn't remind you of anything that you've read about it. It's you're not sure.
Okay. I'll let Kenway know. And then can I look at whatever's on this?
well, if she's doing that, I will definitely take the breastplate, though. Still, regardless.
I will just say, just as a hint, that you could also attempt to sort of try to work out how much this thing is worth. You can always try to do that as well. You can, yeah, you can always like try to like work out the value of like an item when you find it, or like try to work out, you know, like because it's got like this sort of yellow golden gem in it. You might not know what that is. But you take the breastplate. Oh, sorry.
I'm sorry. I was just gonna say, like, would be like an intelligence check or like a, like, what would it usually be?
Yeah, I'd ask for
like that.
just an intelligence check, unless you have some sort of like ability to identify gems and gold and things like that, or if you were a dwarf.
So
or something
if
like
someone would get proficiency with like jeweler's tools or whatever tool that might be helping in whatever craft. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, that's how I would do it. But the breastplate as well, you don't think it fits you, but you can certainly take it though.
What's he, a human?
He is a human, but he's just a kind of a very different size and shape to you. It was kind of constructed like specifically for him. It would be sort of hard for you to. You don't think you can quite kind of get into it. It's not a workable breastplate, and also like severely damaged because of the fight.
We'll take it somewhere.
Did somebody ask about the table as well? I think Ethel maybe.
Yeah. Is there anything on there besides the fire?
There's a fresh bloodied knife sitting next to the fire. And you can also see tiny infernal runes carved in a ring around the 9-inch tall angel-shaped flame that's erupting from this brazier.
Can I tell exactly what it's doing? Like, is it a just a fun little effect, or is it like a communication thing? Like, would I be able to tell it all?
Give me an Arcana check again.
Also, I want to copy the runes down.
Okay, so you feel like from things that you've read that this might be some kind of means of communicating, but you don't have much more knowledge about it than that. But it does look like it could be some sort of communication device.
All right, just in case I say hello to the little angel.
It's like
hello. Hi. Sorry, we killed your guy.
Yeah, there's no response from the angel-shaped flame. But you can certainly copy the runes down. They are not... they're just sort of runic, magical-looking things, and it doesn't appear to be a script.
Okie dokie.
Can I inspect the cultist's hands or arms for cuts? Or anywhere else on his body?
He would have a lot of cuts and wounds and things from the combat. Are you kind of looking to see if maybe he did something with the dagger, perhaps?
Yes.
I will say that, yeah, I'll say that he does have a big slice down his palm, his left palm.
I'm gonna take his take his hand and like squeeze it into the fire.
Nothing happens when you do that.
Is there anything else on the table? Is there
Just
cup?
some kind of melted candles. Doesn't look like there's anything else.
See,
I guess we have to go explore more. Still haven't found that guy.
Are the runes like carved in or?
Yes, they're carved in. Yep.
Could I like prestidigitation them away?
Let me see. So you would harmless sensory effect. Snuff out a candle, clean or soil. I don't think make a color remark or symbol appear. I don't think you can really make them because they're etched in here. Probably you probably can't wipe them away with prestidigitation.
Can I like scratch them out? Maybe like use my mage hand and my dagger to scratch them out?
Yeah, so as you scratch at these runes and kind of deface them, all of a sudden this powerful energy kind of seems to come through the whole room, and the room shakes, and it seems that the focal point of this energy is on the altar, and the whole altar suddenly like cracks in half, and this flame goes out, and the altar kind of like falls apart in front of you. And as you do this and see the results, you feel this energy kind of course through you. And you receive a +1 bonus to all attack and damage rolls for an hour.
So I'm not dying, is what you're telling me.
Oh, and you're dying.
Yeah, you're not dying yet. You're not dying yet.
Blaze of glory, blaze of glory.
cool.
So I'll just put that on you to remember.
Is there anything in the ruins of the altar? Like in the crack?
Nothing, just rubble.
I guess let's do our classic check for secret doors, just in case. Go
Give
around
me-
and poke the walls.
Give me a perception check.
I love that this has become normal.
You do find what seems like another secret door here.
Ooh.
I guess I'll mage hand it open. I'll warn everyone that I'm opening a door, and then I'll mage hand it open.
It slides open, and you see this passage that I suppose it seems like a little bit familiar, perhaps. But then again, I guess all these passages full of a sewerage trench kind of look the same.
I guess onward for Thavius Kreeg.
To the Kreeg.
Lady Satia says,
I might just wait here if that's okay.
You can
just-
do what you want.
Just gonna hide in this passage.
Well, if we hear a scream from this direction, we know that something's going on.
And
We know
we'll
that you're
avoid
dead.
this area.
Mark, I would like to close this door as well if you can.
yep, you can do that.
On this side of the room. Yeah, push. That's it for now. Not to leave any.
So we've been told about something in the north.
Is there anything? You go.
Oh no, it's just I'm just laughing that there was like a weird little like light glitch on the top of the corner. I just saw that again. And I was like, oh, that's funny. Sorry, go.
I was just gonna say, is there any noise or smell through this door here?
Give me a perception check. At advantage if you're doing smell.
Oh yeah. Can I just roll again?
Oh,
You can smell what smells like the sweat of a human.
Oh, sweat of a human! Sweat of a human!
Whisper that. We don't know who's sweat.
I mean, sweat of a human. Sorry, sometimes I get very excitable. I will make room for the bear. What's the bear?
is this one of these like round steel doors still, or is that like another different door?
This one is also, yeah, a big round steel door.
Can Balka Bear open that? Or
Can I just mage hand the door open in front of him?
I mean that works too.
When you try to do that, it doesn't budge. Seems like it's locked. You can't actually turn the circle. It's like something stopping it from moving.
Can I
is it locked?
momentarily climb onto
locked.
Malachi and pick
Okay.
the lock?
Yeah, you can give it a go.
I can move out the way if you want.
I don't think she wants you to. I think.
I can leave prone and you can like jump on my.
Yeah, give me a sleight of hand check.
Works better under pressure. Just feels the breath on the back of my neck.
Yeah, like
Too
Marco
excited riding the bear.
moves around a bit, and you kind of like fumble with the tools and sort of drop them on the floor in front of Marco, and then you can't like reach them.
Yeah, I'll mage hand and pick him up.
Marker does try to pick up the keys with his claws, but it doesn't. He just pushes them. He makes it worse.
Pushes them under the door. No, I'm just kidding. It's like airtight.
Okay, Marker is actually going to go back to normal because he's carrying something that he believes he's going to need.
Okay.
And those were those 3 keys from DVT that he picked up off her body.
All right. So you try, I guess, all 3 of these keys, and one of them seems to slot in perfectly, and you turn it, and sure enough, it unlocks the lock.
Oh my god.
Did you transform back while Alina was still sitting on top of the bear? She just like slips off a turtle shell.
Giving it like a piggyback. Now.
Shall we open the door?
No.
Marker nods. Let's go.
All right. You turn the wheel, and this time you can push the door open. And inside, inside this room, it appears mostly empty, except for a couple of open chests and a desk and chair. But hanging on the wall opposite the door is a beautiful golden shield which shimmers in the candlelight. Engraved in the surface of this shield is the face of some kind of fiendish-looking creature with sharp teeth and narrow eyes. And you get a strange feeling as soon as you see it, almost like the face is aware of your presence. It almost seems like it moves or shifts slightly when you come in. And the shield looks like this.
Ooh.
Oh, metal.
And the candlelight is emanating from a single candle that's held by an old man who's standing before this shield. He's dressed in plain garments and turns to face you as you enter. And as he does, you notice that his shadow on the wall doesn't properly match his form, but appears rather to be the shadow of a pudgy, horned creature with small wings and a pointed tail. And he sees you all come in and kind of looks confused for a moment, but then he sees Rhea. He says, "Oh, thank Tom the True, you've come to save me."
To save you? We also have some questions for you.
And who might you be?
I am Jean Lamour, famed singer, songwriter, hero, and I am here with my friends, and we have some serious questions for you.
As you say this,
You're yelling this from the horde of people, from behind like the horde of people.
Which wall was the shield on? Or whereabouts is
here.
it? Okay.
And Rhea runs
I'm
over and
loaded.
kind of like draws a sword and like kneels in front of him immediately, kind of puts her sword like, tip down. Overseer. My
What
lord.
have you been?
Sorry, go on.
What have you been doing with Thalamara Van Semper?
Oh. I have been a prisoner here.
A prisoner or a guest?
No, a prisoner, I assure you. She captured me and brought me in here, forced me to try to study the shield.
We heard that you gave Elturel away to Zario.
Gave Elturel away? But Tom, whatever do you mean? I would never do such a thing.
It's suspicious. I don't trust him.
Did you say, is he suspicious?
Yes.
Give me an insight check.
Didn't you just say his shadow, like ain't his shadow?
That is pretty suspicious.
Yeah.
That's the point.
He seems very sneaky. He seems like some kind of politician that is used to lying. That's how you would read him.
Can Marker cover the shield with his what's it called? His I was gonna say not his bedroll. That's it. I was gonna say sleeping bag.
Yep, you can do that. Nothing in particular happens.
I'd like to ask him what his explanation is for his weird ass shadow, since
Oh, that's only a curse put on me by the Duke. The shadow, it's meant to make me seem distrustful to others, so they won't believe that she captured me. But I'm telling the truth. You must listen to me. Please, I was taken down here and told to analyze this shield that you've just covered up. See, it's the shield of the hidden lord. Lord. A being of great power lives in that shield, apparently. A god to some. Too powerful for any of you. I wouldn't worry myself with it if I were you.
Have you found anything interesting about it?
Why, no. Not as of yet.
Well, good news. Duke Van Emperor told us we could take it, so I'm just gonna go grab that, and then we can leave. We can all leave together.
See. Yeah, you can go and sort of unhook this shield from the wall.
How big is it?
It's like a large. Let me have a look. Should have. See if it says. Oh, hold on. I haven't. It's just a. It's a large, heavy shield, but you can pick it up, and I'll put it in your inventory.
Cool.
Is it still wrapped in my bedroll?
Yeah, I wasn't taking that off.
Marker would probably suggest to leave it in there.
Yeah, I don't want to take that off. I think this thing is creepy. I was gonna go see if we could fit it in the bag of holding, but if it's pretty big, I don't think it'll fit in there.
Yeah, I mean, like 2 feet. Like, it's like a big shield that a human could carry, though. Like, I guess, like,
Yeah.
maybe you might.
I think the bag of holding's full of wine bottles, though.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna start pulling them out and like, just throwing them and enraging everyone. Actually, enraging Kenway.
Well, I could just. Now, wait a minute. I'm holding the bag of holding. I can take it out from my inventory, alright? Just hold on. Don't waste to find one.
You might have to polish off a couple of bottles to make it fit. I know you're doing it for the team.
Should we offer Thavius Kreeg some wine? Just be like, want to drink it?
gonna say he's gonna have certain opinions of us. We randomly bring out a bunch of wine bottles and start drinking them and chugging them on the spot.
This could be good. It's good to be underestimated.
Raya just kind of
Marker wants-
continues to look very awestruck and kind of like stands
Marker
up.
wants to
steps back a bit.
signal to Fisk to, like with the head nod, to make his way over and to ask him some questions, because he was very interested in interrogating Fisk. I mean, the High Overseer.
Yeah, Fisk says, greetings, Your Grace. I am actually have been looking for you. Perhaps you might be in possession of a box. A box? Indeed, a box that is holding a devil's contract. Kreeg says, like, I don't know what you could be referring to. And Rhea kind of like pushes like Fisk aside. It's like, enough of this. Can't you see that the High Overseer has been through enough? I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry, Your Grace. These people that I travel with, they do not know you the way I do.
Rhea, why don't you
Forgive
ask
her.
him who traded Elturel to hell?
What was that, sorry?
Why I said she should ask him who, if not him, who gave Elturel to hell? Like, you know, who made that trade, if not him?
He kind of hears you asking her to ask him this, and he says, tell Rhea to tell Fisk to tell Rhea. No, he says, he says, I could not say. I was simply visiting a parish a few miles outside of Elturel when it simply disappeared. It was a horrible thing, just horrible.
And how did you end up here?
Marker would say that's actually not the question.
He says,
Answer Ethel's question like very slow politician. He's not. He's like, yes, we know it disappeared. Who?
I have answered your question. I don't know what you mean. But, well, how did I end up here? Well, after the terrible, horrible fall of Elturel, I came to Baldur's Gate for safety, of course. But soon after I arrived, Duke Van Thamper's guards detained me. The Duke said she needed my help studying the shield here, like I said. That's all I know.
How quickly did you leave the city? Because we left within, what, a day or two? You didn't care about any of the people left over to check in with them and be like, hey, how you doing? Whole city just disappeared.
Like I said, I was already outside, visiting a parish. And,
So were we!
well, the monks there, they took me aside and firmly told me that I could not go back there or else it would be dangerous, way too dangerous. I'm simply an old priest of town. I cannot go into the burning flames. That is a job for adventurers like yourselves.
I am a librarian. Okay, I went in right back to the city. I'm significantly older than this guy.
Clear veteran of combat experience. I look back at the High Overseer. And I look back at Ray. I look back at the Overseer. I look back at Ray.
Wait, you're breaking up a fair bit, Rain. It's kind of going robot-y. I don't know if it is for everyone else.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm just like looking back and forth between Rhea and the Overseer, just clearly just dumbfounded of this excuse.
Ray is just kind of like watching like the actions of the High Overseer, sort of like a dog like watching like a person point. She just sort of like follows his point, just like awestruck to be in the presence of this person. But the shield, it's celestial in origin. Thalamra, she wanted me to ascertain its magical properties, you see.
Yes, and I am the yes, and I am the Archduke of Heaven.
he just kind of like frowns, confused.
Can Marka notice anything else on the desk?
Is
there any? If he's studying, I'm sure there's like some notes or parchments or.
Yeah, I'll say maybe there are scribblings and things on some like pieces of paper. That you know, he's kind of like sketched the shield and written some things on it like God ? Devil ? And there's a sentence that says like what does it want ?
Is there anything left in these chests over here?
The chests appear to be empty.
Anything I have that might help us here?
I'm trying to think of like, if we set him on fire just a little bit and he gets hurt,
Ray
he
is
might
like,
not be.
What? What are you talking about? I did not come all this way with you so that you could harm His Grace.
Well,
I thought it was Dean Gambit time.
We're trying to rid him of this curse. The curse that he was talking about with the.
what the?
You can go. I was gonna say something really stupid.
Oh no. I was gonna say, no, Rea. We let's not hurt him. Why don't we bring out some wine instead, and we can all celebrate the return, or the safe return of Thavius Kreeg. And
I would of course love to have some wine.
Our motion to, is it Kenzie who's holding the bag of holding?
All right, how many do you want?
As many as befits a king for the Lord High Overseer.
5 bottles, got it.
And so you've got like 16 bottles of fine wine and 30, I guess now 32 bottles, unless you removed one before. I think it was 33, so 32 bottles of regular wine.
We'll go for the regular wine stuff.
Do we know which one is more alcoholic?
You wouldn't have a good way of determining that.
Okay.
It doesn't have the percentage on the side of the bottle.
I mean, I mean, can I take like a whiff of like either or and see what kind of like smells like stronger, like alcoholic, just gonna go to another one. Like, oh, that might be a good one.
Well, I'd say you give him. So I guess you're giving him what, one of these 32 bottles of wine, kind of cracking it open.
Let's yeah.
And you can kind of like try to like sniff them and try to give him like an especially alcoholic one. He kind of like pauses before he drinks this and says, and sort of like looks a little bit uncomfortable. Rhea says, I would taste that wine for you if you would like. He says, why, yes, I appreciate that. And gives it to Rhea, and she kind of like takes a sip of it and gives it back to him. And he like watches her. She says, it seems fine. He says, now that is good to know. He moves over to here and kind of like sits down, sort of facing you, like kind of sitting on the chair sideways, and takes like a swig of the wine, like passes it to Jean Lemore.
Yes. I will pretend to drink.
While he is like moving and stuff, is the shadow? Does it have like enough? Not like presence, but like enough distinction of it that can someone try to take it like an educated guess what if the shadow is like trying to mimic him and give him like fiendish features of the overseer, or if it's like meant to be resembling some sort of like other fiendish entity entirely.
It seems to mirror his moves exactly. So you think that it is just his shadow, but for some reason in the shadow, his shadow appears to be the shadow of like a pudgy, devilish creature with like little wings. It looks like it's moving, as far as you can tell, in time with him, so it's hard to determine from that whether or not it's like something trying to sort of imitate him. It just looks like it's his shadow.
Well, I was going to say, does it have enough pronunciation that someone could try to make like a check to see if they can distinguish if it's like this meant to be like resembles an
like
actual
a particular
like
kind
entity
of
in like.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
You could try. Like somebody who's proficient in Arcana could try to recognize like what kind of devil it is.
Also, Mark will like to whisper to Ethel. You know that brain message that you do? Can you just scream in his head, just for a little bit of pain, like a little tiny.
I don't think it really has like a volume that you can kind of like, I think it's like you're sending a message. I don't think you can kind of use it to scream in someone's head, because I think like Ethel was kind of saying that before, and I think like, especially because it's just a cantrip, that probably wouldn't.
I was just joking about surprising bodies. I think just,
Oh, okay.
just going, or someone said would surprise them if they were pretending to be dead,
But Marka, I'm going to say it's difficult for you to, although it kind of looks like something you may have seen in a scroll or a tome, it's hard for you to kind of identify, any particular devil that this might be.
Okay.
Come on now. Perhaps we should talk about this another time.
I kind of walk over to Jean-Pierre to kind of like take the thing of alcohol, and I walk over to him and I take it, I lean over and try to whisper, smell sulfur, rotten eggs, stuff like that. Like whisper over, to motion over to the overseer.
Why are you whispering? Perhaps if we go and speak to the Duke, she could help us work all this out.
Why would you want to talk to somebody who has kidnapped you?
Well, she has always been reasonable to me.
By locking you up in a room?
She said that it was of the utmost importance. And that
She
I
also
needed to
mentioned that
focus.
you're working. She also said that you're working together, and that you gave Alterel to, who.
I would never do such a thing. I am not a crook.
Okay, you do sleazy American politicians so well, it's like actually making me angry. I experience this too much, you know?
Thank you.
This guy.
Sleazy.
Hey, thank you or fuck you. I
Thank you,
can't hear
thank you.
that.
It's a combination.
Okay.
You're doing a good job and I hate it.
Does he seem any bit intoxicated?
You know, I mean, as you kind of like sit here and drink this wine, I mean, you just kind of sit there like watching him drink this wine. He takes like a few swigs of it and kind of puts it on the table. He doesn't kind of continue. He doesn't just sort of guzzle the whole bottle of wine.
I see.
He doesn't look like he's becoming drunk or anything like that.
Marka asks Rhea, I believe it's you should stand outside and watch guard since we've fought so many people coming through. That's the best way to protect the overseer and warn us if anyone comes through the door.
She says, I am concerned for the overseer's safety. You have already talked about potentially setting him on fire.
Okay,
I'm
that
not
was
sure
just
we're on the
me.
same page.
I can come hang out with you outside if you want.
I'm sorry, I cannot leave the side of His Grace. I've come all this way to make sure that he is okay. I'm sorry. I will stay by his side.
I don't suppose in anyone's inventory we have anything of the resemblance that of holy water.
I have my decanter of normal water. That's pretty good. I pull out the most powerful item, the vial of goop from the goop monsters in the first session.
Oof.
I have a
what do
holy
you do with the vial of goop?
I consider the best way to use it. Is it poison? Who knows?
Oh, I do have holy water.
Oh, that's fun.
Oh yeah, because you were like a sort of a monster hunter background or something like that.
Yeah.
I put away my vial of goop for later.
Another time, perhaps.
You don't need its power yet.
Can't handle it.
Well, I suppose you want to be rid of your curse. So let's attempt to do that with holy water.
Of course.
You say of course?
Why, yes, of course. I want to be rid of my curse.
Alright. So you're
Alright.
fine if I just dump holy water on you?
I suppose so, if that's what you must do.
So
Kenzie.
All right, I'll take it. I'll risk it for the biscuit. I'll like pour holy water over him.
Maybe also save some to drink.
It's
Oh, for him to drink, I mean.
Oh, okay. I was looking. What are you sure? Sorry.
Okay, so you're gonna like pour this on him? Or sorry, what was the
Pouring holy water over him.
Okay. I will say that when you do that, he looks, his eyes widen a bit. He looks kind of shocked, and there is a sort of a sizzling sound. It's not like a major thing, but when you kind of hit him with this water, it does kind of, and you see kind of like some steam coming off him, and he looks mildly sort of uncomfortable. Kind of tries to rub it off his forehead. Oh dear, it seems as though you must have heated this water up before throwing it upon me.
Yeah, no, we didn't.
Is there any change in his shadow?
I'm gonna toss my holy symbol to Kensei and be like, well, if that did something, I'm guessing this'll too.
The shadow just still kind of the shadow just still kind of like just tracks his movements. What do you do with the symbol, Kensei?
I just sort of like force it against his symbol. It's like, be gone from this vessel of man.
What's it a symbol
start
of?
acting out so completely like,
Oh.
what is it?
Yeah, what deity is it?
It just says holy symbol, so
Oh, I guess it means you have to select it. I guess select a god.
It could be maybe what is it? Sehanine Moonbow, perhaps, or I don't know what her symbol is.
yeah, okay. That track.
Whatever it looks like, if you kind of like hold it against him, nothing happens at that point. And Rhea is just like, this is absurd.
Did you not see him sizzle?
I don't know what I saw. It's very
You're
warm in
smart
here.
woman.
Perhaps he's simply.
I pour wine on him. Does it sizzle?
The wine does not sizzle. Rhea says, "Well, you've already cooled him down with the holy water. They're working him too hard. That is why he's overheating. We should get him out of here immediately and get him some air."
Not logical. She's not that dumb, right?
Have you ever sizzled before? How hot do you have to be to sizzle? I want you to think about this for 1 second.
Listen, I don't know if I wouldn't really call that a sizzle anyway.
You steamed.
I'm beginning to doubt your motives anyway. You could have perhaps heated it up or something. You seem intent on attacking the overseer. He hasn't done anything. He's been kept prisoner in here.
He's been
Paid for us to try to rid the curse, and the moment we do something that's negative, that appears to be from a holy residence. Right, come on.
She just kind of like furrows her brow and like shakes her head like, no. Impossible.
And
You feel like
he
there's
said-
no way that you're going to be able to get through to her. She's just like kind of in denial.
But he said he was outside Elturel, and so were you. Would you not have been with him?
She's at this point kind of just beyond listening to anyone, just sort of shaking her head like, this is just ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Someone fanatically and like supporting an American politician, American
absurd.
politician. Unfamiliar.
He said he would make Elturel great again, and I really believed him.
No.
I knew I hated Rhea. For some reason. I knew it.
The shadow has an orange glow to him.
You also want to build the wall between Outerell and Baldur's Gate?
A wall. That's a good idea.
No, you can't do this. I can't cast Identify on a person, right?
No.
That was all my ideas.
You can, though.
If it was like a magic item?
It just tells you if they don't have the effect of a spell or any magical effect.
Really? Okay.
Yes. It never gets used like that because it's always seen as a magic identifier, but it can't.
I guess it depends what you consider to be an object, because it says you choose one object. It is a magic item, if it is a magic item or some other magic imbued object. You learn its properties and how to use them, whether it requires attunement to use, and how many charges it has. If any, you learn whether any spells are affecting the item and what they are. If the item was created by a spell, you learn which spell created it. I'm going to say that, at least for the time being, I'm going to say that it's not an object. Just the use of the word object and item and it, and does it have properties and does it require attunement? I'll say
So
that.
I will send you an entire essay
Instead,
by
if
next
you instead
session.
touch a creature for the casting, you learn any spell, if any, are currently affecting it.
Oh wait, it does say that, and I fully did not read that sentence.
Let me see. Because
It's the
I
last
also
sentence,
didn't
and
read the last
it looks
sentence.
like we both fully didn't read it.
Yeah.
I was gonna send you a full essay arguing that
If you
people
instead touch
can
a
be
creature
objects,
throughout the casting, you
but I
learn
don't
what
wanna
spell,
do
if
that.
any, are currently affecting it. Okay, sweet. Nice.
Okay, cool.
Good
I
thing
guess
someone fucking reads the spell.
I guess I'll be like, well, I can identify this curse if you'll let me. Pinky promise, only identifying a curse.
I would prefer that you do not cast a spell upon me.
I look at Ray and I'm like, I
You ain't
can't let him out of here.
Figure out what it.
What do you say to Raya? Sorry, Ethel?
I was just gonna say, like, it's not safe to let a cursed individual outside until we know what the curse is, you know? We have to ensure that we're ensuring everyone's safety instead of just his.
She's
like
just
an
kind of
okay argument.
muttering to herself, ridiculous, ridiculous.
Cool, I'll just start ritual casting Identify.
How long does it take to ritual cast?
I think it says 1 minute as like,
So it's like 11 minutes in that case. So you would need
Yeah.
to sort of do a ritual, you know, like I imagine sort of drawing a circle on the ground and kind of dancing around this.
Yes. I do like a little line dance. It's like a really weird ritual.
As
A
you
little country jig.
as you do this, because he doesn't know for sure what you're doing, give me an intimidation check. Because he feels like you're about to cast some sort of ritual spell on him. And yeah, give me an intimidation check.
I was just gonna say, because of the way that Kenway was just saying, you ain't leaving this room without can that technically be giving her advantage? Because just Kenway just backing Ethel up.
Like if you say something, like what do you say? You ain't leaving this room.
I was saying you ain't leaving this room unless we figured out what this curse is. So
Yeah, you
you're
can
staying
have-
put.
You can have advantage, Ethel.
Cool.
As he's kind of like looking back and forth between you and kind of feeling like he's got no options here.
I'll go with the first one.
So as you begin casting this ritual, and he, you know, kind of looks at Kenzei, and Kenzei is looking like he's not going to fuck around with him. He suddenly kind of breaks. He's like, okay. He begins shaking. He's like, oh. He kind of shakes his head and kind of looks down. He's like, oh dear, what have I done? What have I done? Okay, I admit it. It was me. I helped the Lamra lure the Grand Duke of Elturel out of the city because, well, we knew it was about to happen. And now I've been helping her to do it here too, with the shield. Oh, it's too much to bear. And he kind of falls to his knees and begins to sob. It's like very obviously fake. And Raya looks like she's losing her mind at this point. She's just like standing there shaking her head and repeating herself like, no, this can't be, this can't be.
I keep doing my little jig.
Crocodile tears don't work on me. Nuh-uh.
Crocodile tears is exactly the term, the phrase term that I was thinking of. Did I word that way? He said that he helped the Lamra lure the Grand Duke to Elturel. I feel like I said it wrong, but anyway.
Yeah. For the time being.
Right.
Got any emotions anyway, so.
Somebody... Who was that? Oh, Angelo. He might be having connection problems.
There we go. Hopefully.
Please, you gotta believe me. I was not right of mind. Oh dear. Oh, it is terrible. These terrible things that I've done.
You're right.
So where is Zario? You must know.
Where? Zariel is in Avernus, as far as I know.
Have you spoken to him? Has he communed with you?
Zariel is a woman. A woman.
Oh yeah, shit.
I have not of recent, not recently, not since everything that happened. Oh God, it's too terrible to bear.
What about the contract? Do you know where the contract is?
The contract? I cannot talk about the contract. It is forbidden, and she would know. She would find out, and my punishment would be unimaginable.
Oh
It's-
no! I say, well,
Oh no!
tapping my feet.
While we're
It's,
dancing around.
Look me up all this fine. Oh no! And
Fisk
You know
says,
those-
but come on now, where is the contract? And Kreeg says, it is in my room, to the north of this chamber, if you must know. But there is nothing you can do. It cannot be opened.
You know those little balloon guys outside of a car dealership?
Yeah.
That's the dance that Ethel is doing right now.
Wacky waving inflatable tube man.
Yeah, exactly.
A very powerful
Freeze.
dance.
Terrifying.
What's Ray's reaction at the moment after all this?
She is just like pacing back and forth, shaking her head, muttering to herself.
Marcus suggests for her to take a seat in the corner.
She kind of goes over here and like sits on, like squats down like by the wall, shaking her head.
Jean Lamar will tell Dinah to comfort her. So why can this contract not be opened?
It is in a magic box, an infernal box.
That's not a very
Can't be
convenient
any of
place to
that.
put the contract.
It is the way of the devils to do it that way. I cannot speak for them.
looked back at Shadow. Looked back at him.
Fine.
So
I do not know why I have that shadow. I believe something has changed inside of me. Oh, it is so terrible. Ever since what happened with Elturel, it has been this way.
Gee, the negative repercussions are probably still in your soul.
He kind of continues his crocodile tears. I would surely deserve it.
Well, maybe you should just take us to this box. I mean, Mr. Fisk, do you need it to be opened?
It is the wish of Silvira that I take it to her. Perhaps she can open it. She is skilled in the ways of such things. She believes that she will be able to. In fact, if she can open it, she may be able to find a way to prevent such things from happening in the future, and perhaps to even restore Elturel to its place in Faerun.
Can I please finish my ritual before we go? Ethel's exhausted. She's
Yeah,
like,
we can
she's
say
like
that you-
sweating really hard. Like she's been dancing for like 10 minutes.
We can say that you finish the ritual now and you can cast this on him. But you don't actually find... Make sure you use the burn the... Oh no, it's a ritual. Never mind.
It's a ritual. Yeah.
You don't find that he has any particular kind of curse or spell upon him.
Ooh, I just like sit down and I'm like, whew, guys, he's telling the truth. Not cursed, just a devil guy now.
That means he's lying. He said he was cursed.
Oh no, I
You're
thought
not-
not like something has changed inside me.
No, he specifically said he was cursed.
I
And
did
that's
lie.
why he has
I admit
that.
it. I admit it. I had to. But I did not think that you would understand what I had to do. What I have had to do for many, many years since it all began.
Many years now. I thought you were just kidnapped like a month ago.
I came under Zariel's sway long ago.
Well, that makes me lose a lot of sympathy for you. Like if you were like, ah, no, one-time bad deal with the devil that got rid of a whole city.
You
Man,
must
maybe we could've talked.
understand. After we learned that Zariel had survived the ride, the Hell Riders, they kept it a secret, as did the priesthood of Tom, my priesthood. But then the High Rider was discovered to be a vampire, and Elturel was sure to fall at the hands of the undead. I prayed for us to be saved. I prayed for anything. And then Zariel came to me, a humble priest. It was unthinkable. but there was nothing else that could be done. The city, it would have been overrun. What else could I do but accept her gifts? That second son, the companion. Elturel's hope and doom all in one. It was only to buy time. She said that the city would have 50 years, and I thought, surely in that time I could find a way. Some way, but my mistress, she is cunning. She is very clever. Oh, what have I done? Begins like sobbing again.
Wait, he went, it's either the undead or entirely moved the city to hell? Jeez.
He can't keep up with his own lies.
As he says this, Rhea kind of stands up again, and she's kind of like pacing back and forth. She's like unable to kind of contain herself. And he kind of like puts his hands on his face, and he's like sobbing uncontrollably, like, but very unbelievably. How could this have happened to me? Oh, why? Why did all this have to happen to me? And Rhea like kind of, sets this cat down and steps over here, and she actually draws her longsword before anyone can do anything about it. And her face is red, her eyes full of tears and blind rage. She's like, "You cowardly, lying, traitorous fiend!" She like screams. She's like, "Tens of thousands are gone into the 9 hells because of your greed. You betrayed the Creed Resolute. You betrayed all of them. You were supposed to be their overseer, my overseer, and now you cry these crocodile tears, as Kensei calls them. You claim you had no choice, but you could do it again here in Baldur's Gate. How could you?" And she just like totally loses it at this point, and she lets out an almost animal-like scream and raises her sword above her head. And Thavius Kreeg kind of looks up at her with fear in his eyes, and he's stunned by the ferocity of her wrath. And she just screams at him again, and she's like, "You will pay for what you've done." And in less than a moment, she brings her sword downwards, swinging it at just the right angle with a single passionate blow, and she cleaves the High Overseer's head clean from his shoulders, spraying herself, the wall, and everybody else standing nearby with blood. And Kreeg's head rolls along the floor, and she just like stands there panting, almost in a trance, this pure fury on her face and blood trickling down her sword. She's like, "You must pay." She's just kind of repeating this, much quieter this time, standing there shaking.
Finally! You do something that I totally agree with!
Can I search his body? Is there anything fun in there?
Marka puts a claw on her shoulder.
She kind of just doesn't respond as you kind of aim to comfort her, and Ethel, you begin to sort of rummage through the torso of Thavius Kreeg, and you find actually on him a small glass vial, but nothing else.
I compare it to my vial of goop. I'm like,
it looks quite dissimilar.
Oh.
They look similar. But it has like a small it has like a small amount of some kind of like black liquid in it.
I guess I'll pocket it for now, unless we want to spend another 10 minutes of me doing a little dance. Actually, can I just like look at it quickly and just do like an Arcana check to see if it seems magical?
Yeah, well, you can give me a medicine check if you want to try to see if you can recognize what this potion is from kind of how it sort of sloshes around and the color and everything.
Okie dokie.
Marka will cast guidance as well. Oh, no need to.
I don't need that. Just kidding, I can add it. It's a D4.
Well, you recognize.
I want to do really good.
Oh, you're rolling the 4? I thought we were still rolling.
Yeah.
Either way, it's sufficient.
I want to get a 25.
With the 23.
I rolled it with my cat.
You recognize this as a poison known as assassin's blood.
Would I know, like, is this essentially like I can kill myself really fast if I need to, and is that why I had it?
You think that there's a good chance that is what this is. It would, yeah, basically you would drink it and probably like foam up at the mouth, and you would do like a con save, and then potentially die, depending. Would do a fair bit of damage. But you know from reading about it that it has to be ingested, and you have to ingest the entire dose for it to work. But you can deliver it in food or liquid.
I'm sorry. Are you
beans.
helping us? I was gonna say designing the perfect bean cocktail. Just the stuff and a little bean. And it's like, you die and then a pyramid bursts out of your chest.
I'm down with the beans. I'll try to help the beans along. But yeah, let's call it there for the session. As Thavius Kreeg's head rolls along the ground.
Nice.
So yeah.
I'm great to see that Thavius Kreeg is dead, but I was actually kind of like, I was anticipating like, oh yes, I am such woe is me. You're lying. Oh, I am. I know I am lying. I'm sorry. Forgive me. We don't care. Okay. And just reveals itself to be an actual demon, and we have to fight again.
All you needed was an intimidation check. I was just waiting for some sort of intimidating move.
I'm glad that the intimidation was a dance.
Yeah.
I
thought
really
like it kind of dissuaded you, probably having Rhea standing there. So I was like, how do I solve this? And I thought, I don't know, a ritual dance that could be intimidating, especially if it looks like one of those things at the front of car dealerships.
I don't want to stick to doing a full 11-minute dance every time you guys identify.
You'll only get stronger at it.
And the overseer's perspective, you're doing this ritual, it's like, and you just start like ritual, like speaking the language that none of it understands. It just does a scary dance, or like this scary like motion of body movement and trying to set up the circle. Well, in Ethel's perspective, it's like doing like the can dance or something like that.
Like it shows it from both
totally
angles.
a rockhead, like, you know.
Sweet.
Cool.
Can we
And
level up yet?
yeah, let's all level up for the next session. I would say we'll need a long rest to do that typically, but I'm thinking probably at this point it doesn't matter so much. So yeah, everyone can level up. Finally.
Hooray!
I can make you attacks. Yeah.
Now maybe you'll be nearly as strong as Rhea.